practicing African tradition. Tell yourself it's true India.
Of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars, you have arrived.
Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself.
You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here, and whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt to you.
Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career. However humble, it is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness, beyond a wholesome discipline. Be gentle with yourself.
You are a child.
You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive Him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life. Keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be careful. Strive to be happy.
You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. You are a child of the universe,
Testing. Oh, all right. Beautiful morning to see you, St. Lucia. Welcome to the program, Champagne in the Morning, boy. A little bit disoriented. You know, to put things into perspective, to have things functioning properly, you have to have a crew that everybody is on the same page at all time. And that is the only way things can function properly. And it doesn't matter, it's not just at the radio station, it could be any workplace, any working environment, as long as things, if everybody's on the same page, or at least 90% of everyone there working at that establishment is on the same page, mostly. But when things are, this one's doing this way, this one's doing that way, things are most of the time bound to have difficulty. Anyway, it is indeed a beautiful day. Good morning to you, St. Lucia. Welcome to the program, Champagne in the Morning. And let me first apologize for my absence yesterday. I had to be at court yesterday, and I will let you know what that court. Another gorgeous looking day.
We thank Thee each morning for a newborn day, where we may work the fields of new mown hay. We thank Thee for the sunshine and the air that we breathe, O Lord. We thank Thee. Thank Thee for the rivers that run all day. Thank Thee for the little birds that sing along the way. Thank Thee for the trees and the deep blue sea, O Lord. We thank Thee. Oh yes, we thank Thee, Lord, for every flower that blooms, birds that sing, fish that swim, and the light of the moon. We thank Thee every day as we kneel and pray, that we were born with eyes to see these things. Thank Thee for the fields where the clover is grown. Thank Thee for the pastures where cattle may roam. Thank Thee for Thy love so pure and free, O Lord. We thank Thee. Oh yes, we thank Thee, Lord, for every flower that blooms, birds that sing, fish that swim, and the light of the moon. We thank Thee every day as we kneel and pray, that we were born with eyes to see these things. Yes, we thank Thee for the fields where the clover is grown. Thank Thee for the pastures where cattle may be.
Amen and amen. As we ring the big bell here at Sky, indicating, showing our appreciation and our love to the great God above, and thanking Him all the time for once again allowing us to be on this beautiful land. So before we get into the devotion, let me share with you my reason for not being here yesterday. So I got a call on what's today? Thursday. I got a call on, was it Tuesday? Monday or Tuesday, that I had to appear in court at the OECS Supreme Court of Appeal. And that had to do with the CCJ. You remember 2 years ago, myself and two other gentlemen, we had filed an injunction on the CCJ regarding that we believe as St. Lucians that the government was supposed to at least bring about a referendum in regards to us going to the CCJ. And that case was heard several times, and a judgment was made by the judge at the time, and he had judged in the favor of the government. That judgment came down in January of this year. And the case apparently had been appealed. Now, I must say that I knew of it, but because of the time, I thought that, that it had been some of the people involved that had already just accepted the judgment in January, and they were not going to proceed, so to speak, with the appeal. But little did I know that the appeal was presented, and the appeals case was yesterday. So I had to be present at that court case. So that is all I'm going to say for now. So this is why I was not here yesterday. But I must say, this place where the headquarters of the OECS Court of Appeal, my goodness, at the Dyer Mall, or the new mall there at Corinth, the plaza. It's just a spectacular place. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. The new Dyer Mall there is just Orange Grove Plaza, so to speak. It's just a beautiful place. You should see that, how neat and just properly structured, properly furnished, especially the courtroom itself. My goodness, it's like something out of a movie. It is just very classy, very neat. The sitting for the witnesses and the people that are in court, and the judges where they're sitting. And there's everything. There's a booth where I think prisoners are put in if they're going to be making a testimony. They put behind some glass where you could see them and hear the microphone. The sound system is just spot on. It's just beautiful. Yeah, I was really happy to be in that place yesterday, just to see how beautiful this was. It's just properly decorated, and have the security is just beautiful. This, what this told me, it said to me that not everything, well, anything is possible, so to speak, because I know the old Dyer Mall, and I saw this structure sitting there for all this time, and what it has become today, especially that courtroom, that OECS Court of Appeal. You should see that place. I know not too many people will have the luxury to be in there unless if you you're a witness or you actually have a court case. But you should see this place. I mean, they would not allow me to take any video because you know what it is. But I wish I'd taken a video to show you how beautiful this place is. It's just spot on. This place is the bathroom. You know me, how inquisitive I am. I'm going to do my own observations. I'm going to walk around a little bit. The bathroom is just beautiful. It's neat. It's just, and this place stretches all the way back. It's a huge structure, For those of you that don't know this place, this Orange Grove Plaza, the old Dyer Mall, it stretches way back. That's a place with a lot of space. That place can house, in my opinion, every ministry, and I say every ministry of the government, had they turned it into what its purpose was really for, to have the two upstairs, the two upper floors, to house government workers. That would be one of the best things that ever happened to St. Lucia. If I was the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, I would have gone for this, and all of those buildings on the waterfront, I would sell them out or lease them to hotel owners. So I have a Marriott on the waterfront, I have a Hilton, and not no low-end hotel. I'm talking about the big names, the Hyatts, the Renaissance, the Hiltons of the world. Those are the ones, the plazas of the world. These are the ones that I would have either sell or lease out those buildings for. So there are 5 of those buildings on the waterfront. Could you imagine if we would transform the waterfront into hotels? And they're not going to be just the way they are currently. You know, those hotels would be doing some retrofitting. They would be doing some renovations, and their names would be up on those buildings. Those buildings would be beautiful. I would have taken all of the government workers in those buildings, and I would have put them all up at the Orange Grove Plaza, and I would transform the Castries waterfront into beautiful structures, beautiful renovated hotels. And then now from there, we would take it from there and start to make Castries a spectacle. This is what I think. It could still happen if people are innovative. And I must say, you see, be it as it may, if something is good, you have to applaud it. If something is bad, you criticize it. The vision that Alan Shastney had for this Dyer Mall, I know it have come up under a lot of scrutiny and opposition, and I understand the politics. This is all politics, because at the end of the day, the same people that were criticizing it, they would love. I know some of them are really loving the place, because all St. Lucians, all of us know what this place was. Okay, sat there for almost a decade, or even more than a decade, maybe more than 10 years, much more. Okay, that was there during Sir John's time in 2006. So you're talking almost 20 years this thing sat there. And everybody thought it was just rotting away. And some people said, demolish it. People like, what's his name? I'm trying to remember the guy's name, this Trinidadian engineer. What's his name? Can't remember. John Peters. John Peters said it is of no use, demolish this thing. This thing cannot be salvaged, can't fix, they can't do anything with it. I love innovation, people with skills. It has nothing to do with politics. If a guy is brilliant in his mind, if he has a foresight, if he's visionary, you must give him his props, he or she, whoever they are. And for the transformation of this old Dyer Mall to what it is today, every single St. Lucian, and I'm not talking politics here, every single St. Lucian that knows what this place was to what it is now must embrace that. Not should, must. That is if you like beautiful things, like me. If you like classy things, clean things, you have no reason, none at all, not to love this place. And I was able, I had the luxury yesterday to be inside the OECS Court of Appeals, the courtroom in itself. If you speak with any lawyer that has been in there, they will tell you, my goodness, this place is just magnificent. It's just beautiful. So we can do things in this place. We have the skills. There are a lot of innovative people. I know I am one. I've just never given the opportunity to do big things in this country. But I know I can. And this place, St. Lucians, like I said, should embrace it. And the people that presided over the transformation, remember, listen to me. The people that presided over the transformation of this building has to be applauded, and I will give them the big bell. You see, I'm a fair guy. I'm not the kind of person that everything has to be political. No. If Philip Pierre does something that is going to be well worthwhile to our people and our country, I will give him the bell. You probably may say, oh, Champagne, but that was not you a few years ago. Maybe. You're probably right. But I am about this country. I've always been. And I'm much more now. Because I've always known it, but I've come to understand it a little better. That the country is more powerful, should be much better appreciated than any political party. Any political party. Just like I continue to speak about the road structures in the Vesikwe area, the road improvement, and what is happening in Bakatel, I will continue to speak about it despite what Flabo people may say. Because I'm about community development. That's what I'm about. Because all the people that are making noises, they too will use that road when it's finished. So Alan Chastanet and his team that transformed the old Diamond Mall to what it is today, a magnificent structure, a beautiful place. Every single Saint-Lucian should embrace it. And if Philip Pierre, the guy I know he is, if he will speak about the transformation of the Diamond Mall to what it is, he will, I doubt very much he'll criticize it. Although they criticize the St. Jude's Hospital, call it names and everything, box this and that, box blah, blah, blah. But this is stupid politics. Because if something is good, it is indeed good. And it's not because your political party, they didn't bring it about that you have to criticize, even if you know it's good. That is hypocrisy to the highest level. Highest level. So again, before we go into our devotion, this transformation of the Orange Grove Plaza from the old Diamond Mall to what this is today, and Alan Chastanet made a video, and he's right. Must be making, I know he's very pleased with himself. Just to see what this is today. I was in that building yesterday. I've been to the building before. I went to the CCJ, and then I went to another shop there sometime earlier this year. But I was taken aback when I saw, my mouth stayed wide open when I saw the development and the way this place was. That's OECS Supreme Court, Court of Appeals, not Supreme Court, Court of Appeals. How beautiful this place was, well structured, well designed. You don't just get in there. There's security screening. There's the metal detectors in there. You don't just go in there. And the police officers are all over the place, making sure that no idiot comes in there. This place is beautiful. I will ring the bell again. And I also will ring the bell to Alan Chastanet and his team during the time, because this is innovation at its highest level. To take things from nothing and transform them and make them into something great, something positive. This is what we want. Just like that Vesikwe Road, that back road. I will ring the bell when it's finished. I've already rung the bell because up until last night I was in that area again. And what they have done with this road, my goodness, this is unbelievable. The widening, the straightening of corners. You find this road now has become, they've widened it so much that lampposts that were on the side of the road prior have now found themselves in the center of the road because of the expansion or the widening. When this thing is all finished and paved, marked, it will be a spectacle of a road. And by God's will, I will be here to applaud this and to ring this. This is about St. Lucia for me. St. Lucia. When Wasco does something out of the nonsense that is happening today, every time it doesn't rain for 2 weeks, they say send a publication or they put an announcement. Wasco is cutting tree branches. I heard they're going to cut off the water sometime next week because of some trees I heard. I hope I got this right. Some tree cutting or some tree roots or some kind of stuff. I didn't understand that. But once it starts to rain, if it rains for a week, you don't hear any announcements. So that tells me, with my little education, that there may not have been any problems. But the problem is that they're taking so much water to sell. And I'm saying it, that they always believe in their mind that they're going to run out of water. So to prevent the public from speaking out, they come up with some BS advertisements. They're doing road works, this work, that kind of work, all kinds of nonsense. Anyway. So this is it for me. Governments come into this country, do things for our people, things that's going to benefit our country. I want to see you guys put something in place for the elderly. Make sure that they have a good time, that they go out on a good note because they have worked hard. I'm loving what I'm hearing about the insurance for the farmers. I'm loving that. I'm loving what I'm hearing about the pension as well for the farmers. These are the things you do to benefit the country. And stop all this controversy. Who did this one? Who stole this? Who stole that? Whoever stole stuff, try them. If they've been found guilty, put them away. But stop dwelling on that and let's move this place forward. I'll come back to speak about mediocrity because I'm seeing some mediocrity that I'm not having. Someone wants to talk to me early, but we never do that. We always do the devotion first, and then we'll take calls. So bear with me, caller. We'll do the devotion and we'll come back.
Hi everyone, this is Dee. How are you? So, we are 6 months into the year 2022. And the question I would like to ask is, are you still in love with your first love? Or do you need to be in love with your first love? And by that I mean, are you still in love with God? Are you seeking to be in love with God? 2021 has passed and we're in 2022, and maybe some prayers were not answered yet as you have desired, or unable for one reason or another to achieve the goals that you've set. And it's June now, coming to the end of June, and you're thinking, why? What's happened? And then, before we know it, we're going to be looking at Christmas, aren't we? 6 months to go and Christmas. And, you know, already in the shops you can start seeing signs of that happening. But one thing that we forget sometimes is to remember that God has kept us. But have we kept our first love? With all the busyness of life, with all the changes that have happened post-pandemic, things that we've had to get used to, changes, how we travel around, do we still have that first love for God, to serve Him, to seek Him? There are so many things, as I've said earlier, about the things that we've probably looked at, haven't achieved thus far. Because remember, there's still another 6 months of the year to go for that prayer to be answered, for that goal to be achieved. So when we look at those things, do not be discouraged. Do not be discouraged from sitting at the Master's feet. We know that in the Old Testament there was a great man of God, and he began to lose his first love because of the threat of one woman. And that's the story in 1 Kings 19. And we read, Elijah had just finished dealing with the prophets of Baal, and Jezebel, the queen, sent word to him, swearing that she would kill him. And what does he do? He runs away, telling the Lord that he has had enough and to just let him die. Is this how you feel at the moment? But God, what did God say to him? God told him, get up, eat, drink, for the journey ahead of you is long. And God gave him enough to sustain him for the journey ahead. And just as God did for him, so God will do the same for you. Ask him to renew your strength, renew the vision he has given you, renew your love for him. Also renew your time to sit at his feet and to hear his voice. For this, we do have to take charge ourselves. For if we do not manage our time, others will manage it for us. You know, one of the things about me is that I am a planner, and I really do plan. But in my planning, in all of it, I do have to be careful that I don't plan God out of my plans. Meaning that I have to leave room for God to direct me and say, no, this is not the way. This is the way I want you to do. make time to sit at his feet with all the serving that I do and with all my plans, making sure that I have my quiet times with him to hear his voice. Just make sure that I'm still in love with my first love. And these are the things that we need to put in place. These are the things that I'm encouraging you to put in place. And sometimes it may mean sleeping later or even getting up earlier. But do it we must. Find that first love if you have lost it. Seek that first love if you haven't ever had it. So, no matter how the first beginning of this year started, it's how it's going to end that matters. Remember your first love and endeavor to maintain it. God is faithful. Father, we just thank you. Thank you that you are our first love. Thank you, oh Father God, that if we don't even know you as your first love, Father God, that we will seek and ask you into our hearts, that you will be that first love to guide us, to show us the way that you have planned for us. Because you said in your word that you have plans for us to give us a future and a hope and an expected end. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name's sake, amen.
Amen and amen, and thank you, dear presenter of the devotion. Don't forget this coming Monday. Yes, this coming Monday, we will be bringing you the prayer for the nation, and we have some good news in that regard because there are two of our beautiful listeners that we prayed for, and they have recovered slightly, and they're recovering beautifully. And our beautiful Tita we prayed for, and she had lost her voice over the last couple of months, and she has regained her voice, not 100%, but she's getting there. And our beautiful Deborah as well, who she had this surgery, and she called in was it Tuesday? She said that the surgery was successful. She underwent beautiful surgery, and the recovery is going to take some time, but we know by God's grace we will continue to pray for both of our sisters as they are recovering from their illnesses. So God is great all the time, and all the time He is indeed great. And for you as well, you could be part of the program if you are struggling with whatever it is. You give us a call. Hey, someone is trying to get me early, and let's see who it is. Beautiful morning to you. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
And to you, my brother. How are you doing?
Not too bad.
Yes.
How is that lady that you felt so emotional about? You went to see. I like to know when there's a miracle for somebody.
She is doing well. She's in great spirits. As a matter of fact, I sat with her. I went to visit her last Friday, and the voice is getting back. She's not 100% with the voice, but some of the things she's saying, because she could not have said anything about a month ago, and now she's saying things you could understand, some things, not everything, but I know as time progresses, she's going to recover pretty well.
That's a miracle when I heard her voice and she called you on the telephone.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, just from no voice, you cannot speak to a voice, and she's calling you.
Amen.
And that's a mighty, mighty miracle, you know.
And that is all, we owe it all to the great God.
That's all we all got to give God thanks for.
Amen.
Right?
Amen, brother.
Right.
Amen.
Right.
It is indeed great. I mean, I got so emotional when she called me, I had to shut the program off because I didn't want anybody to see tears coming down my face. You understand?
She's a senior lady?
She's not so senior, about 61 there, about 60,
a
61.
young woman?
Yeah, of course.
Well, God, I will remember her in my prayers.
Absolutely.
I'm very sensitive to things like that.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you heard the other one, a beautiful lady by the name of Deborah, and she's very generous. She always gives out. She runs a small shop down in Cicerone, and she had a surgery, and she called in on Tuesday and said the surgery was successful, and she's now in the recovery mode at the moment. So
God bless her soul also. I hope she's listening.
I think she is.
And I am going to bring her in my prayers.
Amen.
I will bring them in my prayers, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak to you this morning.
Yeah.
There's something
You went down a little low all of a sudden. I don't know if you're away from...
I am back with you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you better.
I am I know you just started, and I have two questions and one comment. I'm not going to be long because I wanted to do your preamble.
Yeah, well.
I heard Ralph Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Already dissolved the House.
Yes, he did. Yes.
And I think his nomination day is the 10th.
Yes, and elections is the 27th.
Right. Well, okay. You've been in the political thing for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Before I ask you my other question is that, what I want to ask you is, you remember Kenny Anthony called the election 6 months before?
6 months prior.
5 term?
Yeah, that was in 2016, yes.
Do you believe, let me put it like that. If you are a minister and you win your seat in your constituency, right?
Yeah.
And you was part of the Kenny Anthony government, and he said I know he have the power to call election whenever he want. How would you have felt knowing that you, as a duly elected representative,
yeah,
and you are cutting short of your benefit and your salary, if you, does that? How would you have felt?
Well, for the ones that lost, and that's a good question. For the ones that lost, they're not feeling good about it. They have lost 6 months of a salary, like you said. But I have no doubt in my mind that while the Prime Minister has the authority to ring that bell and call that date, I still believe, I don't know, I'm just assuming, that date may have been discussed with his members. What do you think? Don't you think that the Prime Minister will discuss the date?
I'm glad you asked me that. Let me tell you what I think. To prevent confusion, that's what I think, my opinion, okay?
Yeah.
I felt that this man paid off these people for the full salary for the course of the 6 months and all the benefits and all the perks that came with it. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So in that sense, whether he choose to call the election within 6 months, he paid all of them. Because you creating confusion, throwing the people in disarray, and you cut it. It's like you slicing the throat.
You know, I was talking to a parliamentarian, and I've spoken to at least 2 or 3 in that same regard, and they say to you that some of the things in government are very confidential. A lot of the things.
That's correct.
That is, the people ought not to know some things. Now, I beg to differ with that.
Listen, that's why they said money walk and bullshit talk.
Yes.
Now, since you mentioned that, I like to talk to you. You know, and the thing I like to talk to you about, it is like on many other people. You know, they want somebody that's supporting their party to call and only kudos to that person. But you are a person
I'm objective.
Who have a balance.
Yeah, I'm objective, yeah.
And that's the best way to be.
Yeah, I think so.
You cannot just cater for one person that's just going to come up and say things that will please you. Because, you know, last time I spoke, there was some angry guy with an angry spirit. He's like that, always enraged, like he has problems. And I pray in God that he don't get a heart attack.
Let's hope not.
So angry.
Yeah.
No, and I said, my God.
But do you believe that a lot of things? So I'm not loving the part where it says that a lot of things are confidential with government. Now, maybe there are secrets. Yes, I understand that.
They are.
But then
now that brings me to the other thing that I was asking you now. I find it very hard. I've never heard that a government would have 2 sitting ministers who won the seat, and then you
replace them.
Bring 2 other persons to replace them.
Yeah.
Now I am telling you my opinion again. These are secrecies. These people, I'm sure, were offered a few $1 million.
Oh, they got paid. They got paid
big time.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
because
guess they got paid big time, and they say, well, hey man, that's what you want. You paid me.
Of course.
I don't have no problem with that, and you asked me to support in your party, so I'm coming there with a light-headed, because now these people, they don't want to be worried about the hustle and bustle of politics. They don't take the salary and the big money, and they're just going to move on and let somebody have it. You know what I'm saying?
This is just so blatant. Everybody could see through that. A blind man could see through that. If I'm a parliamentarian and I'm seeking re-elections, and you said, well, because Champagne, your performance and what we are hearing, we have conducted a survey in the constituency, we're not hearing good things about you, we think you should step down. That's not just happening without some money.
You see, let me tell you.
That's not just happening.
First of all, that's why I told you, you know what? You can be a very objective person.
I think I am.
That is the reason why when people are pushing you and they come in, they persuasive ideology, and thinking that you're just only gullible of what they want you to hear.
No, I'm not doing that.
And then because you have a left and a right arm.
Absolutely.
So somebody that don't support your party, like me, who giving my own thing, and they feel I should not come on there. And then you saying, and that's the best way of having a talk show or something in the world.
For argument's sake, look at what I spoke about, my preamble this morning, and I'm talking about that diamol. I don't know how much you know of it.
I've been hearing that for years.
My goodness, this place was a dump, so to speak, if you want to put in that term. And what it is today, it is a beautiful place. And the people that presided over this transformation, Alan Shash and his administration, has to be commended. Has to be. Also, that back road that we have had a lot of problems with that helped the traffic, the basic way road, that the current government is now expanding. I was on it last night. And when this thing is all finished, it's going to be a beauty. You cannot ignore these things because you think you're supporting a party, brother. You cannot do it.
You got to be careful before they come to you again.
No, they
just like they do you the Bacatel when you did the
That's
Bacatel
okay.
road.
That's all right. I'm used
now
to this.
I like what you say. You said the road is beautiful.
Beautiful.
You see, you're seeing things real. You're not seeing things in the eyes of the
No. I'm about my country, brother.
Party and color. That's why I like you.
You see, we have to have a knowledge or an understanding that the elections will be called, and there will be.
Stop right there.
They will.
As you were saying that was going to be my last point, because I don't want to take up the line too long.
That's fine. That's all right.
The line a long time. I feel that's not good enough.
Don't worry about it. That's okay.
But let me tell you, Mr. Ralph Gonzalez, what he has done there, sent the Labour Party will follow suit. I believe there will be election in the early December. I'm
thinking the same thing. I'm thinking the same thing.
Somewhere around the 4th or the 4th of December, or they may dissolve the House at the end of this month. I am just thinking that.
I'm thinking somewhere in that area as well.
I'm telling you, as soon as they launch that guy down in Shrewsbury, which is the last guy, there'll be a couple of weeks, and then these people will dissolve the House, and there'll be election calling somewhere early December. Mark my word.
You know,
I look for the window, and that's what I see, because I am the prophet that sees through the window.
I am looking forward to it, because let all this thing go away, and let's start to develop our country again, whoever wins. Because our country, at this point, we are going through a we need to change a lot of things to the better. So let's get this thing over with, and let's start all over again, and let's move our country forward. That's just the way I see it.
That is coming. That is coming. So
let me ask you your views on something, because I have my personal opinion on it. I believe, and I'm sure you have heard me because I've been saying this all week. I believe that the homicides we have been having over the last couple of years, every time people are being shot, especially young men getting shot close range, especially in the head, I believe these are all drug related. I believe 60% of our homicides, and I say 60%, are drug related. Do you think that what is happening there, the Caribbean Sea and the Pacific Ocean with Donald Trump getting rid of those drug laws and all the drugs, you think we're going to see a decline in all of those homicides?
No, not at all.
You don't think so?
What I may tell you, Donald Trump think he has pulling all the strings right now. What he's doing over there is just a way to aggravate the situation and to get in to have war with Maduro.
But you don't think the drug trafficking and the drug lords and everything?
I don't think there's no much of a drug. Some of the guns on these places are coming from them places,
right?
Like it coming from the United States. But what I'm saying is, this thing is Venezuela.
Well,
so he's using these things, and all of a sudden, because remember, he planning to strike inside of Venezuela.
You know, a lot of people don't even know. A lot of people don't even know the oil reserve that the United States has is most than anywhere else, and natural gas. The United States is not behind in oil and natural gas themselves, brother. I don't know if they want more, but I'm telling you, they're not behind.
Venezuela have the third largest oil reserve in the world.
The United States has a lot of oil too, my friend.
So,
anyway,
so what it is that he just wants that oil there, and so he's creating all this fiasco to get rid of Maduro, to set up that government over there so that they can back the government, and so you know, to prevent a lot of things, you know.
Yeah. Well, I respect your opinion, but you and I have a difference of opinion on that. I think
but that will not stop the drugs and all those guns from coming to St. Lucia, because this thing, you see that drug thing, buddy?
Yeah.
That is what causing all the problem in St. Lucia.
That's what I've said. But I think
not only cocaine now, the hashish, the heroin,
all of those, yes.
All these things are flowing in
ecstasy and everything, yes.
And the drug lords, you know, and those are up there, not just the drug lords, but up those big
people in positions,
prominent people in our society.
Absolutely.
Has ties to these things, and a lot of these killings, they have thing with the.
They're related. They're related.
The police and some of these police are connected to these things.
Yeah, they're related.
Something will only change if the Prime Minister bring in a different set of people to oversee that has more experience and technical exposure, and to advise and tell them how to curb crime in St. Lucia. And we need to put them policemen out of uniform, just put them as civilian clothing, so that they can find a lot of things that's going on, okay?
Let's see what's going to turn out of that, my friend. Nice talking to you, my friend. God bless you.
You too.
Have a good one. You know, I'll tell you my opinion, and I'm paying close attention to this because I am watching I'm going to observe from the time these explosions, or the time it got started, maybe about a month and a half ago, and I'm going to continue to see what happens in regards to the homicides that we have in St. Lucia, because I believe, that's my opinion, that 60% of those homicides are drugs related. Now, if there are no drugs, or you don't have a frequency or a level of drugs coming in all the time to our shores, we may see, and I use the word may, we may see a decline in homicide. Wouldn't that be really beautiful for our beautiful people in St. Lucia? That our people overseas, the people in the diaspora, they'll not be afraid to come home for Christmas because the killings has reduced. Wouldn't that be sweet to hear how people Mokali home, Mogavini home, Paske you pagachu Monaco. I am monitoring this thing. And I said the other day, I'm not about people being slaughtered. I have videos where those operations are conducted. Those drug people, those boats, people are warning shots are fired. I have it on the phone. And these guys still wouldn't take heed, boy. As a matter of fact, when those warning shots are brought about, these guys accelerate. Now, some people claim they're fishermen. I don't know any fisherman with 4 outboard motors, 300 each engine on a boat. You see, you have to read between the lines and come on. Motors behind a boat. Which fisherman did you know that has that level of power behind a boat?
I forget to tell you something.
Yeah.
This thing with the Venezuelan thing there, the Trinidadian Prime Minister is supporting the USA, you know. And then Donald Trump has recently ordered one of the largest U.S. aircraft carriers to come down in the Caribbean, you know, buddy.
I'm monitoring what's going on. I'm paying attention to it.
Did you ever heard about that one?
I see everything. I read everything and I hear everything, yes.
Right.
But I'll tell you something.
The positioning itself in the Pacific out there.
Yeah.
You know, and these fellas want to take over.
You see, I'm very precise of what I say regarding the U.S. because I know every talk show in the world is monitored, even mine, everywhere in the United States. So I'm very precise. So I don't want to say things that I don't.
It was in the news.
I know. I read them. I see them. But I don't want to say things that I don't have.
MSNBC.
Yeah, I understand. I listen to them too.
The military to come down there with all these aircraft and things on it, so that they can do combat, and they plan to strike inside of Venezuela.
Well, let's see how it turns out.
All right then.
All right, my brother. Like I said, I'm very careful because I love to go to the United States. I've been going for a long time, 1986. Next year will be 40 years from the time I obtained my first visa. 40 years. I was a kid, young boy, traveling to the U.S. I've never had any problems in the U.S. I've never had any problems with my visa. Every time I go in there, it takes me less than 5 minutes to get approval. With that said, even so, I don't want to say something that I don't know, not just about the United States, about St. Lucia anyway. I don't come up here propagating things. I don't say things that I don't know. If someone calls the show and they say something that I don't have information about, when I leave the show, I research it, and then I come back. I tell you if what you're saying is right or not. So now the USA, when you're going to do a renewal on your visa, I'm hearing that they're going to make a background check on your Facebook account, on your WhatsApp account, find out if you're traveling to the United States. So I don't want, when I travel, they say you said some nonsense and we're going to revoke your visa. You know, that kind of stuff. Anyway, we are operating on the YouTube page at the time. We have lost the Facebook page, so I know it's going to take a little while for our beautiful people to move from Facebook onto YouTube. A lot of people have called me, Champagne, I'm not seeing you, and then I have to say, well, we are now on YouTube, but we still do have all of our links, so you could have us on the beautiful page. It's Christmas time, and we always, Sky FM brings you Christmas carols early. And as early, a few years ago, I used to start as early as September. I don't know what prevented me from doing it this year. I allowed the Creole season to, iron out, and we're approaching the end of, as a matter of fact, tomorrow is the final day of October. So we're going directly into Christmas. So we play a Christmas song here by the man Ray Charles. I know a lot of you don't know that Ray Charles, you didn't know that Ray Charles sang Christmas songs. We'll play one song and we'll come back.
Christmas time comes once a year. Christmas time's the time that all should bring good cheer. A year. Well, Christmas bells, they keep ringing. Little children are singing. Waiting for dear old Santa to bring all the toys for girls and boys.
send away to the ones who run astray but still are friends once a year. This is bells, they keep ringing. Little children are singing, waiting for dear old Santa to bring all the toys for girls and boys. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, the Christmas toys will ring. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, the 25th year has come. It's Christmas time once a year. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, 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 ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Indeed, we are into the Christmas spirit, boy, and we're late because I'm telling you, we are indeed late because, you know, it is the most beautiful time of the year for me. I love Christmas, and we all love Christmas. We grew up loving Christmas with all of the beautiful songs that we heard. Those of us that grew up in the 50s, 60s, thereabouts, 70s, early 70s, we had some good times during Christmas. Now, just now we were speaking about the largest oil reserves, and the gentleman was right. I knew Venezuela was way up there. I know they were leading, but I spoke about the U.S. in regards to their natural gas. Says Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves, estimated at approximately 303 billion barrels, followed by Saudi Arabia and Iran. Canada holds the fourth largest reserve, but these four countries collectively represents more than half of the world's total. Yes, so Venezuela has themselves some oil. Now, natural gas, the United States is up there along with Russia and Iran. And you know, natural gas is a combination of different things, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, blah, blah, blah. That brings about natural gas. But the oil reserves, Venezuela has the most in the world. It is very ironic, but strange that you would have that level of wealth at your disposal and don't transform it or don't make it useful to your people. What the hell is that? What is going on? I mean, this it doesn't make sense. The only explanation I have is these people are not smart. Why are you bringing poverty to a people, hell and damnation, when you are sitting on the world's largest oil reserve? I mean, Colonel Gaddafi, Muammar Gaddafi had oil in his country, and nothing close to what Venezuela had. I want you to listen to this. And Gaddafi, with the sales of his oil, was able to make provisions for all his people. Education was free, healthcare free. If a couple just got married, they would get themselves a home, get themselves a car. If you wanted to study overseas, I think the government would finance your studies overseas. And Libya had nothing close in regards to the oil Venezuela has. So it all goes down to leadership. It boils down to leadership, and there are people that can lead, and there are some that are nuts. Okay? Because do not tell me that the people that govern or run down there in Venezuela or in authority don't know that they have the world's largest oil reserve. So what is preventing you from doing what you have to do for your people? Because you believe you're tough and you want to come up against another country. What about your people? Venezuelans are scattered all over the place. They're in Trinidad, they're down there. You're sitting on the world's largest reserve. My goodness, man, come on.
I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. Just change your whole format. You don't have to kiss up to America. You don't have to kiss up to nobody. You are now trying to make your people live a better life because you have what it takes. You are the world's leader in oil reserves. My God, boy, I don't understand. When these people face the judgment on the final day, God said to them, I gave you that level of leadership because you don't just take that. Even if you think you bring yourself into power, everything on this earth belongs to the great God. When he questions you and says to you, I put you in charge of millions of people and I gave you all of those riches, but you chose not to utilize it and to have your people living in a better way. What do you have to say for yourself? But I'd love to hear what the responses are. Same thing in St. Lucia. There's money here. Tax money. We don't have oil, don't have diamonds, but there's money in St. Lucia. I can tell you there's money in St. Lucia. We may not have a whole lot of investment, but you see all of those taxes and customs duties and all this, St. Lucia has a little dollar. The tourist dollar amounts to a lot of money. I can tell you that. The tourist dollar amounts to a lot of money. The taxes that are taken out on the people, there's a lot of money going around in St. Lucia. And then you have not too many friendly donors anymore, friendly countries, but there's still one or two friendly countries that give a little bit of money. Let's take a break. I'll be right back with you, St. Lucia. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Affordability, quality, economy, variety, it's clear. CPJ's here. Fresh market, value for money, something for everybody, it's clear. CPJ's here. Fresh market.
CPJ Fresh Market, where service is just the beginning. Now serving you from Orange Grove Plaza, Waterwash.
If your whites aren't looking whiter and brighter,
Just give them licks.
if your clothes isn't feeling soft and smelling fresh and scented all day,
Give them licks.
if your dishwashing liquid doesn't smell like lemon, protects your hands with vitamin E, and gets rid of that stubborn grease,
Just give them licks.
just now. So that old smell, stain, grease mark, and dust still on your floor,
Power. Licks for them.
if your toilet still has those stains and dirt marks,
Licks.
so the color's fading and the stains still in your clothes, huh?
Licks, licks, licks.
Your product's giving you licks.
Then choose licks from Cadet Distribution Inc. Also available at all leading supermarkets.
Looking to upgrade your space? At Furniture City Limited, we've got you covered. From stylish bedroom sets and elegant dining furniture to modern kitchens, office pieces, and beautiful red cedar entry doors. All made right here with quality craftsmanship you can trust. We also create custom designs for homes, offices, and even hotels. Built to your style and needs. Shop online or visit us in Laho, Monrepo. We deliver north every Thursday and south every Tuesday with free consolidated delivery. Need something sooner? Special deliveries available for a small fee. Plus, enjoy free kitchen consultations. An agent will visit within 72 hours. We're open Monday to Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Fridays until noon, and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're currently on vacation, but reopening October 16th. See you then. Furniture City Limited. Quality, comfort, and craftsmanship you can trust. For more information, contact them at 284-9988, 729-9988, 455-3184. Furniture City Limited, furnishing your home with a touch of class that will last. Saddle up and head on down to the Grapevine in Bella Rosa, Grosile, bringing you the best of country and western dance this and every Saturday. Admission absolutely free. Enjoy a well-stocked bar, a tasty food kitchen, and nothing but good vibes and great music all night long. So grab your boots, bring your friends, and dance the night away. Only at the Grapevine, where the country spirit comes alive.
The other woman you know nothing about.
All right, we're back. Thank you for staying with the program. Don't forget, we are now operating, or we are live on YouTube, on the YouTube channel, and we are making, trying to put things together so we could have both YouTube and Facebook maybe a little later on this month into next month. In regards to the elections, all the indications are there. I mean, I remember earlier this year, maybe somewhere about March, April, I said that the elections in St. Lucia was going to go deep into next year. When I said deep, I said past July. Constitutionally, the elections should be held sometime next year. They're about July after that. And I said I thought it was going to go deeper than that, and I had reasons for saying that. But based on the current climate, the atmosphere, what you're seeing all around you, if you've been involved in this thing for a little while, you would realize that it is closer than like next year. Now I'm starting to change my thoughts on that. I'm thinking this thing is going to be this year. And this year doesn't have too many more days left. You're talking about about 63, 64 days left in the year. The year has gone past 300. 365 days a year, it has gone past 300. So we are down into the final 60, 62, 63 days left in the year. So if my predictions are accurate, it tells me that we will be seeing an elections very soon. Now, you can't call it during the Christmas season. Nobody's going to come out to vote. This is traditional. People love themselves some Christmas. So don't tell anybody to go out on a Monday morning on the 20th of December. Nobody's doing that. Don't even talk about National Day, the day before National Day or the day. People are not doing that. So my predictions, somewhere late November into early December. How early December? Somewhere between, my caller just now said the 1st. I'm looking at somewhere about the 8th for the latest. If it is not called around that time, it's going to go into next year. But I don't think it will. That's just my personal predictions and opinion. I don't think it's going to go into next year. But if it does, it's never going to be anywhere during the Christmas season. Nobody's foolish enough to do that. No, people are not going to come out to vote for you. Everybody's in their mood. Just like Creole Day, July Creole just went by. You can't call any political rally to expect to have a crowd. There are certain things that people make provisions for. Christmas is one. Don't come about with any politics at Christmas time. Even if these people of our country love themselves some politics, there's a thin line between that and Christmas. So nobody is coming out for it. So I'm thinking this thing is going to go somewhere. It's going to be announced, in my mind, very soon. I got a call yesterday. A guy said, Champagne, I think the Prime Minister will announce this on Sunday, as there's the final launch on Sunday down there at Choiseul. I think they're launching the guy, what's his name, Kifo, I think that's his nickname. They're launching this guy. That was the final one, I think. Some people are predicting that election is going to be announced there. There's also a town hall that the Prime Minister has on the 7th, which is the next Saturday in New York. Some people are predicting that it's going to be announced there. I doubt that very much. So maybe a market step announcement, maybe, or maybe somewhere late or middle of November. But I don't think this thing is going to go past December 8th. Beautiful morning, very happy. What happened? UWP won the elections?
Well, I don't know, Champagne. I have my time of of whatever. I forgot the name. What I'm looking for.
That's all right.
And sometimes I'm dull because of what I've lost, you know.
I understand.
And sometimes I'm a bit happy.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Every day is not a bright day.
Pani madame c'est roi.
Bah oui correct ça ben baba c'est nom qui a vivre la vie ba men ça super dit madame. Ba tout ça. Là où il là un homme tourne 75 years ba tout ça. Là un homme tourne 75 years en la vie. Et c'est après un qui a regardé pour femme, il battait une femme là il était jeune. Constamment même ouais. Because sous 75 years m'a dit ou pas ça regarder pour un petit diable. Mais laisse ça ouvrir en western, m'a des femmes danser, laisse ça tout partout, mais langue ou dehors, bah, femmes. Non, on a un problème. À 75 years, on a un problème. Ou t'es pour faire tout ça, là, ou t'es 20, 30, 40, c'est là ça, et laisse ça, ou t'es pour faire ces bails ça.
Oui, moi, fait tout ça, Est-ce que now,
oui.
Tout côté, moi, dernier madame, moi qui m'a allé, m'a allé là. Western,
c'est ça, mon gars.
Go and cool out by the beach. I don't go there.
Exactly.
It brings memories to me.
I agree. I understand.
Moi
go ban. Well, quittez ça. Bah, madou un l'autre bail. Bah, moi, idée qui mood là, en Vieux-Fort Neuf. Ma parle about ni flambeau, ni léba. Qui ça mood là, avec ces moun? Est-ce moun intéressant à aller voter? Est-ce excited pour l'élection? Qui manière bail là, qui mood là, en l'air?
Champagne. I realized, up to last night, Champagne, I realized, for Vieux-Fort Neuf, I'll speak about Vieux-Fort Neuf. I realized the people, you listening to me?
Yeah, I'm there with you.
Yeah, I am saying, up to last night, I realized the people are making up their mind gradually. I can hear them, all right? Yesterday, Kakal opened his office. It was great, Champagne. A lot of people turn out.
Okay.
And we have been having public meetings, and the type of persons they are, and move away from them. But I think for now, Kakal is doing great. He's doing good. All right.
Great
now
is a good.
You know, already St. Lucian's Labour will come with something to fool them, and that would cause them to turn their head the other way. But if we continue like that, Champagne, I have no doubt that Musa will be winning Vieux-Fort Neuf. Okay? I have no doubt Kakal will be winning Vieux-Fort. Yeah, I said so.
You said Kakal will win, okay? So I want to get that straight.
Just now, motorcyclists passing there. Just now.
Because firstly you told me you have no doubt that Musa will win, and then you said Kakal will win. So which is it?
No. If I say Musa, I made a mistake. I wanted to refer to Kakal.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Kakal.
Now why?
Kakal.
So let's stay on that for a little bit, because we have to be realistic. Why would you think Kakal would win? What has Kakal done?
Hold on. My voice is coming low. The voice of that thing is coming low. Hold on. All right, carry on.
So it is very exciting to hear you say that, because a lot of people will feel happy. But the past candidates for the United Workers' Party has not done very well in Vieux-Fort Neuf. This guy what's the guy named, the Christian guy, the pastor? Well, he did better than almost everybody else. What do you think Kakal has done that you believe he's going to win the seat?
All right. Champagne, I tell you, our conversing, we can, to everywhere we have gone, people who never vote would tell us, I am going to vote for you all.
Okay.
All right, in our conversing.
Yeah.
Because Musa is not doing nothing. All right? When we keep meetings, maybe one Labour who is there will want to disturb, and when we call upon him or her, they stop. All right?
Okay.
And this is what I am saying. No matter how they want to tarnish Kakal's
his character, his name, whatever.
His name. But I find he himself is doing so good in speaking to people. No matter who you are, he will speak to you, and he has decided that he will not take any decision on his own. When he wins, he will consult the people, all what he promised to do. And I believe, if the people do not change their mind, Champagne, I believe Kakal is bringing that seat home. All right?
Boy, let me say this.
He has done,
I am happy to hear you
I don't
saying
think
that, Brother
so.
Babas. That's
Yes.
If that happens, it's going to be historic because this seat has been there with the Labour Party for over 50 years. Now that does not
Over
mean
50
that
years,
that
over
does not
50 years.
mean that does
Over
not mean
50 years.
it cannot be won by the UWP. But I am only
Yes,
going to
I
go based.
understand.
I'm going based on what you're saying because I'm not there. So it's nice to hear you saying that. So let's see what happens. Okay, that's exciting
Yeah.
news for all the beautiful Flabos that reside in that area.
Yeah. Now, the other thing I want to talk about, Champagne, I heard something in the House of Parliament. I think it was on Tuesday they were in the House.
Yeah, Tuesday, yeah.
I heard something which I don't want to believe. I heard it, but I don't want to believe a minister like Richard Frederick would be saying something like that and making himself look so stupid in the House of Assembly. And our House of Assembly, I think it has gone to the worst stage. All right. What he said in Creole, he said, Creole Day, our Creole Day, that's in Creole he said it, reminds us of when the white people were beating our forefathers as slavery, they were beating them. All right? It reminds us, the Creole Day reminds us.
No, that's false.
And we have somebody in this House of Assembly, in this House of Assembly who remind us of what our forefathers were going through. All right? The complexion. Who was he referring to? Is it not Chasney?
That's a foolish statement to make. What transpired in regards to the brutality during slavery has absolutely nothing to do with the Creole celebration. This is insane. This is ridiculous. A celebration.
And you're saying we have
of a
somebody in the House that's reminding us of that, and the Speaker said nothing?
I am going to go back.
Supposing it was Chasney who said something like that, what would the Speaker would stop him?
So I've listened to some of the. Let me say something. I've listened to some of the members. I always listen to the House sittings. Unfortunately, I did not hear Richards' contribution, so I'm going to listen before I make any. But based on what you said, there's no connection between the two regarding the brutality, the beatings, and whatever transpired, as opposed to a celebration of a Creole festival. I don't see the two at all. Okay. But I'm going to listen to the clip.
Either day before yesterday or yesterday, Timothy Napoleon played it. Played it on his show.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Played that clip on his show.
That doesn't make sense.
And I hope if he's hearing me, if Timothy Napoleon is hearing me, I want him to play it today for you to hear and all the people that have not heard it.
I could get these things. I listen to all these things. I'll get it. But all I'm saying, the connection, it doesn't make sense.
Play it on your show when you get it.
You see, this is.
I think that's very disgusting of a man who claims to be a lawyer. He went to high school, college, and all this nonsense.
This
and
is
he's
why.
saying, so you're a minister of government in a House of Assembly. You saying that? That's a shame on it. You see, it's the type of bullying he has. He think he can say anything, but when you say something which is true about him, he touches the sky and come back. But he wants to say anything about people, and that's all right with him. And his supporters support him. All right? All fellas like Healy, bully people, want to play as if nothing can happen to them. And Richard has been so for a long time, and he has to stop this nonsense. All right? Speak about what y'all are going to do for us in this country to give us a better life, and leave Chasney alone. Leave him alone. None of you in the Labour Party has a little business or open a little business to at least employ 2 or 3 people. You all depend on our tax to pay you all. Chasney has business where he's employing many people. All right? But none of you in this government, none of you all are making money. You all cannot open one little business and employ some, whether it's Labour Party you all want to employ. But you're all depending on our tax and doing all types of bubble to uplift yourself. Richard has to stop this nonsense. speak something that makes sense on your radio, on your show, wherever you are. Makes sense, man, to us. Think about how we're going to live. Think about the taxes you're putting on us. Champagne, thank you for the time you gave me.
Yes. All right, my brother Babas. All right, great stuff. You see, this level of pecans that is happening in our House of Parliament, it didn't just start today. It didn't just start yesterday. This thing has started way back then, especially during the 79 era when the Labour Party got into office. This thing started a while back, and it has never stopped. You understand? So let's take a call. Beautiful morning to you. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Champagne.
My brother, how you doing? You sound like you're crying. Look, I hope nobody gave you a beating.
No, Champagne.
I have to come down there and help my friend. Listen to me.
Fortunately, I didn't get any when I was a boy. And right now, nobody would dare try that.
Well, I'll tell you something, boy. Some guys, they at work and they're speaking so macho, and when they get home, they have to sit in a corner, you know.
I know. I know.
You should hear them at work. You should hear them at work, how they open their voice and they said, Maki Nom Kaiman. When they get home, it's a different story. It's a different story.
Yes, sir. I know.
Anyway, how you doing, my friend?
Champagne, I told you some time ago that people speak of banana republics, but I think St. Lucia has been downgraded to a banana skin country. Unfortunately,
a banana skin. So that
words in describing my country.
Yeah. That's sad. Huh? Sad.
Because Champagne, it gets worse day after day. There's a friend of mine who knows that I no longer listen to what goes on in what I call gangsters' paradise.
And that is the House of Parliament.
That's how you all call it, yes.
That's how we call it, but not you. Okay. Yeah.
No. So he teases me and sends me clippings from time to time.
Yeah.
Just in jest, he teases me about it, because he's not against me saying that I don't listen to them. By, a little teasing here and there. So Champagne, as usual, the guys seem to have forgotten what they were in that house for. And they seem to be concentrating rather on the attire of the leader of the opposition at Unicreole.
My goodness.
Then the first ridiculous statement from the Prime Minister talking about how would you describe that?
No, but wait a minute. But if you bring a child into this world, it is your priority, your responsibility to take care of your kid. And if you have worked hard, you set some money aside to send your kid to college, like a lot of people do, who else is going to pay for it? Your father has to pay for it. Your kid is not at work.
I don't have to spell out for you and give you examples of the struggles that parents have made. I know of several single parents who have struggled to send their children to school, tertiary education, university, and so on.
People have lost property,
if you have the means, who in St. Lucia Champagne, who has the means and cares about his or her children, wouldn't pay their school for them?
My brother, every parent would love to see better for their children, especially those that did not attend school. We have a lot of illiterate St. Lucians, people that they don't know how to read and write, but that does not mean that they would not want to see their children do better. So if they have a little plot of land, listen to this, if they have a little plot of land and their daughter or their son come up and they say, Mama, I would like to study law, I would like to be an engineer, but they're asking me for a certain amount of money, that parent, with all the struggles, the way they would love to keep their little piece of land, 90% of those parents will sell that land to accommodate that kid. 90%.
Yeah. Or at least mortgage it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, how could the Prime Minister get so low? He's scratching, at this point, he's scratching the bottom, you know, Sham.
I didn't see the relevance of that. I heard that. I didn't see the relevance of it. I didn't even make a statement about it.
No relevance.
I don't see the relevance.
And then, as usual, the member for Central Castries has to say his piece. He cannot be outdone.
Yeah.
You know, and continues to give the children of St. Lucia false information.
So let me tell you what this is. This is, I'll tell you this.
You are speaking.
Yeah, let me say this. I'll tell you what this is, and you would know that, and a whole lot of St. Lucians would know if you're paying attention. This is theater. But the individuals that are saying those things, they know exactly who they're alluding those statements to. It's not directly to the Prime Minister or whoever. It is for their base. When you make statements about that you're not one of us, indirectly, you're bringing about something racial. You're bringing about the skin color. You didn't say it directly, but indirectly, when you say you're not one of us, it's telling the people, the supporters, hey, this is not one of us. We are what we are. You see, you have to pick up those little things. This is what this is. This is not directly attributed to Alan per se, while he's sitting there. But it's a message going out. This is what this is. It's a message going out.
But Champagne, in that message, you use the word indirectly. In that message, they are also telling their followers how stupid they are.
Well, but I don't know if their followers see it like that. Eh? I don't know if their followers see it like that.
Because they expect them, you know, to believe them.
Thank you.
So indirectly, they are insulting them. Indirectly.
You see, you and I have been involved with the politics.
So when a man tells me that Chasney is not one of us because he's white, and he embraces Kenny Anthony.
You see, so
that person has not engaged his thinking skills, not for a second, Champagne.
Now, you have said that, and you and I have discussed that before. But there's a term, if a man says a lie often enough, eventually what happens to the lie? It becomes the truth, right? You have heard that, right? So, let me give you
It becomes the truth for those who do not think.
Well, that is true. But let me give you the scenario with this. Kenny Anthony is the same complexion. I don't see the difference with him and Alan Chasney. Sir John Compton was a little more shabby. I don't see the difference. But is who is targeted? Who was targeted? Kenny Anthony was never targeted for that complexion. Sir John Compton to a lesser extent, but Alan is targeted. So while they all are the same complexion, who is targeted is the difference. That is the difference.
Champagne, from the time I was a child, and it does not have anything to do with party politics. From the time I was a child, I used to have issues with my mother from time to time. Because Champagne, I would keep asking my mother questions until I understood why she was asking me to do something, you know.
Well, boy, your mother was very good of you, very fond of you, because let me tell you something. When I grew up, when they say something once, you better pay attention and listen and hear what was said, because when you ask the next time, you'll get
questions. One day was to tell me, tout le bagay mwen di ou ka di mwen bot.
Oui.
Yon se jou sa nan ekoute ou an bot.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
But I survived because my father, on the other hand, always encouraged us
to ask questions.
Try to understand things. When we hear things. So I was a little lucky in that regard. But Champagne, coming back to the issue at hand.
Before you go, let me ask you something. Hold on, let me ask you something. Yes. Are you surprised that Richard Frederick continues to go after Alan Chastanet? Are you surprised? I am not surprised, because this is what he has done from the time he has left the Labour Party, the United Workers' Party. So I am not surprised if Richard continues to go after Alan Chastanet. Now, in response, I think Alan Chastanet has done very, very well in composing himself in the House of Assembly. I think he has done well. But I am not surprised. And for the people that feel sorry for Alan Chastanet, and I know a lot of people, you heard Brother Baba just now, leave Alan Chastanet alone. This is the world of politics in St. Lucia. A lot of stuff have been said there. So until we change the whole paradigm of politics and style of politics in the House, it will continue until Jesus Christ comes back. Until they put in the Constitution to change it.
Champagne.
Yes.
Is just using Alan Chastanet because he was fired from the party. Champagne, it was the delegates of the United Workers' Party who took a decision.
Yeah, I was one.
Matter twice.
I know.
Right? So he's just using that, using the man as a scapegoat. So I was saying, Champagne, this man, one of the things I notice about those guys is that lately they say their things in such an emphatic manner, and they gesticulate and they raise their voices, to try and fool people into believing what they are saying. But here, at an independence ceremony, the man told the children of St. Lucia that the newly emancipated slaves were called indentured servants.
Indentured servants.
Nothing can be more wrong than that. Then, more recently, he made a big song and dance about Sir John being born in St. Lucian waters. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And here he comes again. What was his statement on Tuesday?
What? Which you're talking about towards Alan?
Yes.
Well, there several statements were made. I know the Prime Minister spoke about the school. Somebody spoke about a tie. Somebody spoke about a Creole tie. Let me tell you something.
Now,
that level of politics should be changed already.
Now, you remember, Champagne, again, I told you, there are some people who make a big fuss about Chastanet not being one of us because he cannot speak Creole. And you realize that this same member got stuck. I don't know whether you listened to him, but in the clip the person sent to me, he got stuck when he was speaking Creole.
That is something.
If you have that clip, listen to it.
Yeah, I'll try to find it. I don't think I have it.
He did not even know. He was talking about slaves being whipped and whatever. He did not even know that the Creole word was fouet. He should have used the word fouet.
Fouet, yeah.
So same thing I told you, Champagne. They go about. Remember I told you what you need to do is to call them out and engage them into a lengthy discussion in Creole, and you will see what's going to happen.
Yeah. I just believe this whole debate, the House of Parliament, what's set up
but
there.
I need to say that something. Rather than talk about Creole Day in negative terms or remind us of the weepings and so on and so on, that is not what people celebrate on Creole Day.
No, that has nothing to do with that, brother. Nothing to do with that. Nothing.
Champagne, in my view, that's how I see it. And I mentioned it to a colleague some time ago. And of course, she does not speak Creole. And she responded by telling me that she wouldn't allow her son to speak Creole. But Champagne, on Creole Day, you know what I think we need to remember? We should praise our great-grandparents for developing such a beautiful language, despite all the challenges that they had during and post-slavery.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. All right.
We should be proud of our grandparents.
I agree with that.
Because Creole, people say it's not an international language, although I know in the United States it is recognized as a language, I guess because of the large number of Haitians and so on living in the United States. But Champagne, Creole is one of the most beautiful languages in this world.
Yeah, it's very tasty.
And it is kudos to our grandparents.
It is very
for
tasty.
being able to develop such a language in such a relatively short period of time, you know, Champagne.
Yeah, well,
despite all the challenges that they had about slavery, during slavery and after slavery. So this, I think, is what we should be focusing on, and praising our great-grandparents for giving us such a beautiful language.
Amen. I agree, my brother. All right, then. Thank you, my friend. God bless you as always.
Thank you, Champagne.
All right, beautiful. All right. Indeed, it is indeed a beautiful morning. Hello. Good morning to you. Hello. Are you there?
Hello. Yeah, I'm there.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Champagne.
Yes.
Champagne.
Yes, sir.
Tell me something. This guy talking about Shasney's father paid for his schooling. I would like to know who paid for Philip, your Prime Minister's children's schooling.
That's a good question to ask. Under the circumstances, I agree. Because
when Shasney was when Shasney was the Prime Minister, he didn't have any of his kids working and earning big money. Philip has his daughter there earning $5,000 a month.
It is a parent's responsibility to take care of these kids from birth up until when they get to go to school, until they could fend for themselves. That is when they start to work. And even then, as a parent, you still have to help them in any way possible. So I don't understand that.
That's right.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
Listen, St. Lucians, they need to wear spectacles, you know, and hearing aids. Because I don't think they could see further than their nose, and neither can they hear anything.
You know, listen to me. I know the Prime Minister's daughter, and he just had a newly born grandbaby. I don't know if it's a son or a daughter. I know he would do everything in his power financially to make sure that his grandson or his granddaughter grows up with the best. And that money doesn't have to come from his daughter. That money will be coming from him. So that statement, I give him a 0 on that. That is not a good statement at all. Your parent is supposed to take care of their kids, every parent. That's the way it is. Unfortunately, some don't have the financial capabilities to do that. But in every parent's mind, they want to see their kids much better than them. Every parent.
Now another thing is, they're talking about Shasney's father, that Shasney is a white man. But they should find out Chasney's father looks after his staff. He looks after the people, but they need to make research and find out what any Anthony father used to do it to the people that used to work on his land.
Yeah, we have brought that up before.
The people when they finish work to make sure they don't take anything on his land, you know.
Well, I heard about that, but I don't know how true that is.
It's true because I got it from quite a few grown-up people. Even one guy, his grandparents used to work on the land. And then you're talking about a man that looks after his people, you know.
These kinds of thinking, Carlo, how do we change them? Because, I mean, and I said it earlier, until you change the Constitution and state that those types of behaviors, those kinds of statements are not used or not permitted in the House of Parliament, it will continue. Because I've heard worse coming from parliamentarians from way back then. They have said a lot of nonsense in the House of Parliament. As a matter of fact, people have taken the mace and tried to throw it through the window. A lot of nonsense has happened in that house, the people's house. What do you think should be done for that type of behavior to stop?
Champagne, if Richard Frederick, that statement he made there, if he had made that in the House of Commons in England, he would have been sacked.
Probably.
No, probably he would have been. You know, the kind of nonsense that's going on. I've grown up as a boy. I used to stay sometimes all midnight listening to the House of Assembly.
The House sitting, yeah.
You never used to get this kind of things happening there.
Well, there was some fire there. There was some things that have been said there too. I tell you, that's why I'm saying.
Yeah, it was said, but not the kind of things you're hearing and the things that these guys are doing in there.
I don't know. It's our country deserves better from our representatives. That's all I have to say on that. We deserve better. Yeah. Because
ministers going to the House of Assembly with ammunition?
So that's why I ask you, what do you think should be done? What do you think we can do about it? Do we change the laws? Do we change the Constitution? Do we put a special...
They should, yeah. You're right. You're quite right, Champagne. They need to revisit the law of the House of Assembly.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen, I've never come across or seen or heard anything like what's happening today in our House of Assembly.
But here's the bad part, though. Here's the bad part. The Labour Party supporters, and this is why this country is the way it is, the Labour Party supporters sitting listening to statements such as what's coming from the Labour Party members are loving it because it is pick-on directed to the opposition. If Alan Chasney or Bradley stands up and says something, disrespectful to a member of the government, Flambeau people will start to love it. So this is where we are. And we have been that way for generations. And I cannot see changing until the whole law is amended in regards to the actual laws of the House of Parliament. Outside of that, this thing will continue.
I agree with you on that.
This thing will continue, brother. A lot have been said
even
there.
The Speaker of the House, is there to put peace.
Yeah. But
he's not supposed there to get involved in debate. He's supposed there to put peace.
So when we want such a speaker, one that is balanced, objective, we will have to elect a speaker. Anytime a speaker gets to be appointed by a political party, a governing party, you will find that type of behavior, brother. It's never going to change.
Yeah, you're right.
It's never going to change.
I agree with you.
It's never going to change. I mean, it's clear to see. If you have an elected member as a speaker, even if he has his political bias, but he's not going to act in that way because he knows he was elected by the people and not appointed by a prime minister or a party. That's the difference.
No, man.
It's crazy.
Champagne it makes us look bad out there because a lot of these islands and countries are seeing and hearing what was going on in there.
It has been making us...
It's not a good look for St. Lucia.
It has been making us look bad throughout all of the years. Let me ask you something before I let you go because this is very serious for me. You saw the actions of Donald Trump in the Caribbean Sea and the Pacific Ocean with the bombings of all those drug boats, right? Have you seen it?
listen.
I just want to. No, let me. I just wanted to ask you your opinion.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard.
You've heard about it.
But I've heard of.
Okay, so do you believe that will bring about a reduction or bring about less crime or less criminal behavior as opposed to those bombings in the Caribbean?
Champagne. This is an excuse they're using there. It is an excuse to. All they are about is to go after the oil Venezuela have. That's all. That's what it's about.
So what do you think about the drug trafficking? What because it has hurt a lot of our people.
Champagne is not today. They
about it.
These guys are killing ordinary fishermen. You don't know who's down drug. Listen, Champagne. The thing they could say what they want. It's all about the oil Venezuela have. That's all it's about.
All right. Okay, my brother. God bless you.
All right.
Have a good one.
Okay.
Well, I hope I could get somebody that's going to be on my side because I'm not. Listen to me. Drug dealers, that's their business. If they choose to live that life, that's up to them. And like I said it the other day, I have nothing to do with drug dealers. I'm staying far away from drug dealers. I've seen what it has done to young men in my area especially. I've seen what it has done to young men in St. Lucia. I know the amount of violence it has brought on our young men in particular. So whoever chooses to go into that profession or that life, that's up to them. But as I have this day, I believe that it has caused a lot of problems in the Caribbean. I believe it has caused. So I am paying attention to the development. I'm giving it another month. Let's see how the homicide level, what's going to do. And if I'm right, and for the next 2 months, which is going to take us to the end of the year, we don't have that escalation in homicide because of this drug trafficking and drug relation. But we have been having all of those. And I'm going further to say that I believe that there have been serial killers on the loose. In that regard, I cannot understand a small country like that to have people being shot so frequently, so rapidly, all the time. And I keep asking myself the question, why? For what reason are our young men have been slaughtered in that manner? What are they involved with? So let's take off the drugs. Let's put drugs on the side. So some people say it's not drug related, so let's take that out. What is the other reason why our young men are being slaughtered? Somebody tell me what you think. Why you think our young men are being killed over what? Over a woman? Sometimes 3 a week, 4 a week. Over a woman? Over what? Over a bike? Over land? Let's take the drugs out of the equation. Let's take it out. So give me a reason why our young men have been slaughtered all the time like that. Shot close range, almost every day, over the last couple of years. I doubt very much you have an answer for me. I doubt very much. And the people that are hating, and I said it the other day, you cannot hate what is good in some way. Our country has gotten its fair share with this violence and crime. I don't want to say too much on that. Some people get upset when you speak in that manner. But we have a country to save. We have a beautiful country where our people are supposed to live in peace and harmony. And that is what I'm about. The statements that have been made in the House of Parliament, these people are supposed to know that that is not doing any good for our future generations. The young people coming up with the election, involved with politics, they will be elected. Those that will be represented, the people will behave. They'll display the same manner, the same bad manners in the House, go after each other. Because there are no examples that have been set for those that are there. And our young people are listening to them, and whatever they say is going to resonate with them. And they're going to go after their own young people when they get into the House and go after them in the same manner. And nobody's saying, let us stop. No one has said, let us stop. I've been witnessing, listening to House sittings my entire life. I've been involved with this thing for a long time. I've not heard one time anybody said, well, let's stop this thing, guys. This behavior in the house is not appropriate. This is not the way we should go if we want to develop our country. I've not heard it. I've not heard one person asking for peace in the house with the language. And you're talking for, this is going on for a long time, over 50 years. So if our leaders are conducting themselves in that manner, going after people in whatever way, how are we going to survive? The next generation will continue to do it. The next generation will continue to do it. There's not going to be any difference with the next generation because children learn from what they see. If you hold your kid's hand and you pull a coal, give me 1 minute, caller. If you're walking on the street and you pull a coal and you just spit it on the sidewalk, your kid tomorrow will do the very same thing. Beautiful morning to you. Hello. Hello.
Champagne, good morning.
Hey, family, how are you, my brother?
Champagne,
yes.
Yeah, I'm good. It's raining. Champagne, I listen to you, and I always listen to your favorite caller this morning. And let me tell you something, Champagne. Why are you making that a surprise to you?
What is that?
That is not a surprise, Champagne.
Which one?
What they're doing in the house.
Oh, it's not a surprise to me. I know it's happening, and that's what I just said, that if we don't put a stop to it, it will continue and continue because nobody has made an attempt to stop it. So it's not a surprise. I know it is there.
But Julian won't stop it in the house. It will be a continuation with the Labour Party, Champagne. It will never stop. And you know when it will stop? When the United Workers' Party have a dark-skinned prime minister, that's the time it will stop. Because that dark-skinned prime minister will be arrogant, just like the dark-skinned prime minister of the Labour Party.
No, but Stephenson King is a dark-skinned man, and a lot of stuff was said.
No,
you deeply bad to
Stephenson King, you cannot put Stephenson King in the bracket of dark-skinned prime minister. Stephenson King was dark in skin. But Stephenson King was a soft. I'm talking about a dark-skinned, hardcore, arrogant man, just like the Labour Party.
Oh, okay. I get your point. I understand.
You get my point?
I get the point, yeah.
I heard Philip JP talking about Alan Shastney shop, and I said, what's that? So many things we have in our country, we have to solve. We cannot solve it. You're talking about a man wearing a short pants in a house?
That's why I told you guys, this is theater. It's comedy. This is theater, brother.
And the other one go to Junet Kero telling the man said, no, do yourself. Check about King to detain you, not me. And you still don't get what the man saying? Champagne, I remember 21, sorry. In Queens, I said to the caucus, we have to let the young people, you was there too. Do not let the young people go. Do not let the young people go for the Labour Party to catch those young people, to invite them into parties and drink rum, because we're going to lose them. I said to people, forget about the older people. Try to get the young people. Put the team together to talk to those young people for the future of St. Lucia. Something we lose our future of St. Lucia already. We lose it already. The young people following the drum Champagne. Okay, that's what they're following, the drum and the drinking. How you can stop that, Champagne? The 5% of the young people that not drinking, that following the right path, and the 75% that following the wrong path, Champagne, how you can bring them back, Champagne?
Well, we have a society of young people, and they're engaged in a lot of stuff. I'll tell you that, in a lot of party, a lot of alcohol, a lot of stuff. And, it is for us now, those that are older, that know what those things could bring about, the destruction those things could bring about, to nurture them and let them know this is not the way to go. Because alcoholism kills, and all of those things kills. But you see, you have to understand, when you have a political party, what you need to do is to convince people to support your party. And if you see a lot of young people, there are a lot of young people with the UWP as well. Both parties have their fair share of young people. It's a matter of convincing those kids who is going to present them with the best way of living, and both parties is going all out to make that happen. At the end of the day, the one that brings out the best message to those kids, you may believe the Labour Party's messages are not the ones that you want to hear, but at the same time, some of the young people, this is all they want to hear, and vice versa. This is politics, you know. Yeah. It is not because we are supporting a political party that means everything that the other side does is wrong. They are people that can convince other people as well. So this is what this is. This is politics.
But Champagne, when I was in those people age group, Champagne, I was under the Compton, Champagne. Okay? When I was under Compton, I know how to work the land. Hello?
I'm there. I'm listening.
Yes. To work the land, how to make money, how to work for what I want.
Yeah.
Under the John Compton.
Yeah.
Okay. The Prime Minister of St. Lucia now bring our youth economy, bring our youth investment. For 3 years, nobody never come and tell us this is what the youth do, this is how much money they make, this is what they build for the future, what the loan we give them to build the future. No statement about it, Champagne. How you can bring something, give all that money, and you cannot come every quarter of the year, say, okay, the youth economy do excellent there. The youth economy do this there. Nothing, something.
That is a very that is a very interesting argument you're bringing about, which I think is very, very relevant, because the monies that were invested in these young people, and listen to me, I am not against a government helping out young people into entrepreneurship. But what your point is, and your argument, which is very relevant, is we the taxpayers, and I'm in agreement with you, we the taxpayers that are facilitating those kids in the monies, because we're the ones paying, we should have a report regarding how these kids are doing. We should know. I agree with you 100%. So if one of those kids are into an ice cream shop, we should have an interview with that kid, find out how that kid is doing, if the money was well invested. My brother, your point is very valid, and I'm in agreement with you.
This is you cannot tell me, you call me, and you cannot give us any account of what,
I agree.
Whether money is spent properly, or which kids are doing good, which sector are doing good.
I agree.
People talking about it, Champagne.
So you know what I'm going to do, because I'm always I'm an objective guy. I'm going to do some research on my own to find out where this is and how much our young people have been doing with that investment. So that is a good point you're bringing up. I'm going to do my own investigations regarding that.
No.
But the idea in my mind. No. In about 3 weeks time, 3 or 4 weeks time.
3 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll look out for you. We'll hang out a little bit in the wet in the cold winter. You know I don't like it too much.
That's good. That's good. You will be there for Thanksgiving.
No. After Thanksgiving, I'll be there maybe 4 days after that. But I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Mais écoutez ça avant aller. Prime Minister Kai New York samedi prochain. Bon, toutes ces questions que je moi ici, ou ça du bout en gathering like mandé, ou pas mandé because of politics, mandé to better mindset ici.
Non. Moi pas voulais dire moi ça pas faire moi.
Non, ou ça only savent si do ça sous mandé en question. Seulement nous ça savent.
Okay, curious.
That's not their business.
Nou ka non, ouais, ben là qui là, moun, chaque moun ka parler, mais les crunch time rivé, yo paie parler. Moi ça vous c'est pas yon c'est comme ça, ou pas yon c'est comme ça. So si prime minister,
Chas ne calendar moi-même moi-même aller tout question pour moment de Uncle Chas.
Okay. All right, partner. Well, merci, Anjay.
Oui, hold on, champion, hold on. Cette liste est faite avec bread and butter à Kainu, nous tout. Ok? Now, ça le point de mener là, avant de quitter. Comme Michael Chaste, Douboulé, Hassan moun ça là, by tout household cette liste, pas tout, Hassan cette liste, pension, ok, Michael Chaste, tous ces politiciens qui House of Parliament, Speaker of the House, pas même un petit ghetto unique avant un petit dal pour bailler mon de travail, pour travailler bon pour y en payer.
Non mais
pièce panique.
Non, mais c'est pas tout le monde. Non, mais où savent nous déjà fait argument sans chai. Mais il y a dit en bas là. Parce que là, nous avons parlé, nous ni pour parler, nous ni pour garder bail from comme différents lengths. C'est pas tout le monde qui a fait business. Hein. Moi, je connais où ça un homme qui travaille wet, ou ça un good contractor. Ou quand on vient en bas, dans à dans minute. Bon, moi-même, c'est le gage n'a chai. Mais ça fait ça, ou qu'a fait. So c'est pas tout le monde qui m'a pas excuse écoutez-moi m'a pas excuse pour monde pour Saudi là about c'est non pas business bla 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 mais c'est pas tout le monde qui gagne ça ni business pour employer monde là ni différentes professions pas là c'est comme ça moi ouais
Champagne ok mettez vous pas ça faire business en parmi something 12 pas de l'instant de quoi on nous fait un factory juice pour nous 12 ministères pas
ça moi d'accord pour sur ça moi kai ring bell là pour ça et pour ça moi ka comprendre bon matin moi parle about innovative skills because moi ka parler about building that Alan Chasney transformé qui était doubout là pour presque 20 années. Et personne ne ça et puis avec Jordi sous web building ça ou pas jamais que c'est pas number one building à pays. So ça c'est innovation. So moi d'accord pour là dit ça. Well, right now là sous manière. Bah ça. Ouais si mon by person power as to circumstance of building ça because nous tout connaît building ça c'est juste là comme un vieux pied bois ka lever en l'air il just là yo dit de gars pourri si personne lycéen parler contre building ça from koité pour koy à présent mon nan just ka faire bêtise koy moins champagne tout ça bêtise ou ka faire
champagne avant moi qui t'en aller il pas moi kay moi voulais dire avant pour dernier pour moi sur parole moi
oui
ou ka madame ou ka faire en gros kaibali et il y a l'autre pour venir à la vie
oui
mais m'a dit oh monsieur pas ça fait café à man si mettez-moi là vous finir kai là
oui
mon ça là tout ça oh man et là où mettez mon ça là tout là avec mettez l'autre monde là et mon là l'autre monde là Kavini jusqu'à piéger ta café hasso ta café moun ça la femme ça la kay goûter madame ça kay goûter qui pousse champagne qui mène moi vini et c'est pas un yum café ba
ça oui de la juillet d'ailleurs
bon oui là on cette liste à présent pour ça on kay joindre 2019 pour 2020 pour 2025 yo pas besoin manger vomi yo ni pour aller discourage l'autre monde qui ka ouais ça qui bon pour place là c'est ta nous bouger place nous yo va discourager monde ça là pour yo vivre même manière dans all Vieux-Fort dans all Anstrave dans all Canaries dans all Marchand c'est ça je nous connaît champagne c'est vieux caille vieux building vieux chimie champagne Okay, good night, Champagne.
Bah, Madoza, hold on. So, moi, ça vous a coûté tout ça, tout ça qui a passé, c'est bon, moi, views ou à sous manière ou élection. Manière ou qui a passé, manière ou quoi, c'est décien qui a voté.
Champagne.
Oui.
Champagne, l'année chez moun qui a voté, l'année secret ballot. Secret ballot, c'est moun ça pas qu'à parler.
Oui.
Tout ces moun qui parle, excitement, rally, jump up.
Oui.
Les jours arrivés, à de les 60% de vous, pas de chance à y voter.
Ça avoué. Yo pas même lever en cabane yo pour voter. Ça avoué pas moi.
Yo pas lever en cabane.
Non, pièce. Because tant ça, quand on dit ça là, un rallye à son dimanche, c'est une différence à son lever en cabane pour voter un lundi. Lundi c'est un jour moun ka travail. Dimanche c'est jour presque tout le monde caillou ka relax quoi yo, so yo ni assez temps pour aller en rallye. Mais les moun nan dou il pas aller en cabane pour voter by personne. Il pas aller.
Champagne. Économie, c'est ici, Rovo Valley style. C'est une vallée qui style, qui a balancé l'économie, c'est ici, parce que nous, les style, il y a right là, right? Bon, là, on est jeune monde, à Darali en dimanche, pour lever, et pour voir bon petit, ça va qui est grab.
Bon petit wam. C'est non, c'est ça. Bon petit wam.
Champagne. Mais au moins de moi en bas, est-ce que élection ça Champagne?
Oui.
Élection ça là c'est l'année en seul bail qui rend élection ça avec moi pas qu'à parler à son là.
OK.
Because I don't share mon qui a attrapé offended si moi dit ça.
All right. OK, moi respecte ça.
Samedi prochain. Ça pour dire parti à moi qui supporter à moi qui dit
Anton là. OK, bada. All right.
Ça qui passe dans l'élection.
Moi comprends. Merci bada.
Because regardez, on est champion, regardez, ne pas partir à nous social media. Everybody on social media talking good about the Labour Party. Even you should pay always asking more people pour nous parler de bêtises. Côté United Workers Party, pour dire c'est mon truth.
Well,
something good night, good morning, bye.
All right, Badna, yeah, Belgian. Now, you brought up a good point. Sky FM, I remember the days when certain things were said at the House of Parliament. Refuge was sick over at Sky. Our people would come here after house sitting and we would spend hours discussing what was said. That doesn't happen these days. You know how it goes with Sky. And you see, people must understand the politics in a different light. This is not a joke. This is serious stuff. This is serious stuff. This is not just about you personally. This is about a nation. And if you're going to bring about good to a people, your nation, you have to do everything in your power to make sure that those messages are out there, that people understand them. This is not a game. This is not mediocrity. If you're going to have a public meeting, it has to be properly coordinated. It has to be properly announced. Your level of speakers have to know what the hell they're saying. This is not a joke, brother. This is not just a joke. You don't bring people about in a public meeting and there's nobody to hear what you're saying. Even if everything is on social media these days, the paradigm has shifted. It has changed a little bit in terms of our local policy. I know it. I don't expect hundreds of people are going to show up at 7 o'clock at a political meeting. That style is gone. You may see an increase when the bell is rung. That I know for sure. But when we were going to political meetings, people were free and easy to walk from their homes, go by a political meeting, stay there until the meeting is over and walk back home. People were walking with their little benches. They're made out of wood. I've seen all that. This is the era. This is not going to happen these days. So when you see a political meeting with 3 people, 4 people. This is what this has become because people are afraid to hang out. People are not going to listen to nothing to walk back home at 11 o'clock at night. People are not doing it. How did we get here? You need to ask the authorities. Beautiful morning to you. Hello.
Yes, morning, Sir Champagne.
My brother.
How are you doing today?
I am very well, thank God. What about you?
I'm all right. I'm hanging on there.
Okay, great.
All right. What I called to say this morning, Champagne, I find the people that we vote for, when they get that opportunity to be in the house, and they just, I notice they only after one person. Why? What do you think of that, Champagne? Every time the guys gathered in the House of Assembly, they're just attacking one person, Champagne.
Because he's the opponent. He's the opponent. It's simple. It's nothing else. He's the opponent. If you're in a cricket game, you're trying to get everybody out. If you're in a football game, you're trying to score on the opponent. He is the opponent, and they will go after the opponent. This is what this is. This is nothing else.
Yeah, but Champagne, Mr. Frederick, he claimed that he's doing so many things in this country that is good. Why can't he maybe spend at least 10 minutes and talk about it, highlight them?
That's a good point.
Instead of go and say so many things about Alan Shasley.
You know, coming to think about that, what you just said there, it's struck a nerve. I've listened to every House sitting. I make sure I listen to every speaker. I couldn't straighten or highlight in his works. He briefly says 1 or 2 little things about the little houses in Cass Street, blah, blah, blah. But he has not given me a reason to say that he has a futuristic plan, so to speak. And I'm not just saying that for bravado. I am listening to everybody. He has not said where he's going to make a connection with a road. He has not said where he's going to give us a level of housing, what he's going to do there, what he's going to do there. And you're right. He has not given me that level of a futuristic plan.
To me, as an educated man, Champagne, as a lawyer, people supposed to be looking up to. To me, I find that kind of I'm looking for some kind of a class in this man. Because when I see this man sometimes go out there with his convertible BMW, all different brand name cars, for you to see him, you understand? People looking at him as such. I mean, to me, he's not representing that, Champagne.
Well, I don't know. The guy has money and he has a right to buy whatever he wants.
I understand that. Champagne, when you have money, Champagne, and you behave like a vagabond, Champagne. You understand? You're supposed to behave like a man who with class.
So the point you're bringing about, let
me tell you something, Champagne. You see, to me, that kind of a politics right now, we electing people in the House of Assembly and spend almost half an hour trying to discredit one person. I mean, attack him about his complexion, Champagne. Yeah. To me, that's a no-no, Champagne. Just one person,
it is so. Listen,
now.
It is so.
Champagne, I call you. Just try to give me a little time because.
No, I was just responding. I was just responding to something you said. It is very unfortunate, and I'm in agreement with you. It is very unfortunate that is the style of our politics, and I said it this morning. Until the laws change or changes, it will continue, brother. It will continue.
Yes, but I wasn't even born yet, Champagne.
Yeah.
The people are still saying that Alan Shasley is not a St. Lucian. And you have people all over the world coming to St. Lucia, and they have their passport. They are St. Lucian, and they are white people. What's about the right? So why they are not attacking them?
Because they're not in politics. They're not in elective politics, my friend.
The man have made valuable contribution to our country, Champagne.
Yes.
As we speak.
Yes.
You understand? So I mean, what that really pissed me off, Champagne, it's not now. Sir Michael is here with his family.
Stems over 100 years, brother.
My brother, let me tell you something. You see right now, St. Lucia need to open their eyes and start think. You see that kind of a mentality. Our thinking is too low.
Do you think, Alan? Let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Do you think Alan Shasley, after a House sitting,
after coming under all this fire and pressure? You think he goes home crying? Although we may not know, do you think he goes home crying?
Well, Champagne, I don't know Alan personally, but sometimes when the guys when he at the sitting of the house, I noticed that he stayed there quietly and listened. He doesn't really. He takes everything. I don't know afterwards behind closed doors the way he reacts, but I noticed I was watching.
And we may never know. So let me jump in. I ask you the question. So we may never know what is his position when he gets home, when he discusses it with his family. But I'll tell you something. This is the nature of St. Lucia's politics, and not even just St. Lucia. Politics as a whole. This is the nature. You must brace yourself while you're a human being, and there are things that will be said to you that is going to offend you. This is also the nature of politics. It is bad. It should not happen. It is very unfortunate, but it is its nature. It's like a snake. Okay. A snake will try to sting you.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Quite question for you, Champagne. Why is it that they're not treating Bradley so badly?
Because Bradley is not at the top. Bradley, they want to get rid of the top. And Bradley, myself and my brother, we're in a confrontation in the neighborhood. But my brother says very minor things to you. But I also always attack you. And I say things about you. Who are you going to attack, my brother or myself? You're going to attack me and leave my brother alone. Bradley barely says anything. Only when Bradley stands to speak, make his presentation. That is the only time you hear Bradley saying something. Outside of that, I have not heard Bradley stood up on a point of order. I've seen him stood up, but not very often. So he sits there. So Alan, then he's not the leader. Alan Chastanet is the leader, and if something is been said that is not right, Alan will stand on a point of order, and people hate that. So this is what this is, brother. This is the nature of the politics.
But Champagne, when Alan Chastanet, I have seen Alan Chastanet stood with our people, Champagne, even take this government to court.
Yes.
And I don't think it's Alan doing that for himself or to get some praise, but Champagne, as Alan simply doing his job as an opposition leader.
That's right.
Because, you understand? Now, I noticed, because they noticed Alan is a force to reckon with. That is why they are trying to get rid of him. Because, Champagne, if the Labour Party would get rid of Alan Chastanet, I mean, they would be very, very happy. I don't know, Champagne, what is happening in this country, Champagne. I mean, we're not doing, to me, we are so far. I mean, to me, we need to raise the bar, Champagne. We need to move on. There's so many things that are affecting our country.
Absolutely.
Why the Prime Minister and some of his ministers, I mean, talk about it. How are we going to address the crime problem that we have in St. Lucia? So many young people are unemployed. Although government cannot give everybody a job, but there's so many things that are affecting our country, Champagne. The very same people, Champagne, you hear praising this present government. They're getting it good, Champagne. That is why they can put credit on their phone and call the various talk shows and talk about what the government is doing this and doing that. Because they can pay their monthly bill, Champagne. You understand? So, Champagne Coffee, we need to take this country to the next level.
Yep.
And Champagne, finally, I listened to Mr. King this morning on a radio station, well-known talk show. It was like two young person who were interviewing Mr. They were playing me with Mr. King, because to me, Mr. King was like we were just playing around. And Mr. King says that they asked Mr. King presently what are his relationship with the Compton family. He said he have a perfect relationship with the Compton family. He doesn't have a problem with them. And they even going further and ask him, what's about what you said the last time? Mr. JPA did much more work than John Compton in his time. And you know what Mr. King says in response to the question that was posed to him.
Yeah.
The Alan Chastanet and the Frabos. He didn't mean that, but the Frabos is the one that trying to make the St. Lucian believe that I am against the Compton family. And you see, Mr. King House, Alan Chastanet used to sit next to Stevenson King. Sometimes they just whisper to each other. And Champagne, and Mr. King used to say that Alan had so many things against him. Alan used to respect King if, as a minister, treat him as a senior minister, because I just watched them in the house. And today, everything is Alan. Everything. I think Stephenson King has so many grudges. I will tell you finally why is it that Stephenson King hate Alan Shastry. Because I remember in Boissejour, I think they had a convention, and from that day onward, King have something personally against Alan Shastry, because Stephenson King just like he don't want to be a follower, he just want to be a leader, Champagne. And I don't see, to me, leadership coming with a package, Champagne, and I don't see that in Stephenson King. You understand? I can see Stephenson King as a bowl of porridge. You understand? Stephenson King is not a leader. I don't see that in Stephenson King. Anyway, my brother, I don't want to take too much of your time. You have a good day.
Thank you, my friend.
I am there listening to you. Okay?
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Now, I have a bit of advice for the vote in public and supporters of both parties. I understand the hostility. I understand the fiery behaviors. I don't want people to get upset if you're suffering with high blood pressure or you're hypertensive, that you bring up your blood pressure. But I could tell you, I am the way I am today in a common collective manner regarding politics. But I was not always that way. I was very, very aggressive sometimes, not physically, but verbally. I did what I had to do, say what I had to say. But I have gotten out of that some. Okay, not in total. So I understand when people are upset with certain things that are said in the House against the party personnel that they're supporting. I don't want you to blow your brains or hurt yourself in that regard. I said to you, I was that way. I'm not that way anymore. Thank God for that. It is not beneficial. I could give you a little bit of advice. You bringing up your blood pressure and making all of those things about yourself, it is not beneficial. And what do I mean when I say beneficial? I'm not talking about financially. The people that you're blowing yourself up, getting yourself all worked up, and you do see them after the elections, brother, it's barely a hello. Barely. If they walk into your path, maybe. Don't hurt. You have a right to bring about representatives to represent the people, to bring about your country, bring your country in a better place. But I'm telling you, as human beings, we have a very bad nature, brother. Very, and I say we. When we get what we want, when we have just acquired what we have been searching for, we are different. Do not blow your brains over this. Be calm, be collective, understand what is happening here. And if you have to vote for the reason that your country is going to be better, then you do that. But don't work yourself up, my friend. Don't do that. Don't get all over excited and curse people, make noise. I am telling you, I did these things, not the cursing part. And anybody that knows me back, the amount of things that I've said have been leveled by the Labour Party, leveled. And look at me. I'm still standing. I'm still here, thanks to God. Do not get yourself worked up, your blood pressure and all this. I know people that have lost their lives as a result of politics. Yes. I know 2 or 3 people that have literally lost their lives. I know one guy that got stabbed for a conversation, an argument. I know another person that got killed just because they were arguing politics. That person is gone now. You think the person they were arguing about or supporting remembers them? Or goes to see their family member that have lost a loved one? No. We have to vote, yes. We have to support a political party, yes. Do not get your blood pressure up for this, because it is not worth your while. Take that advice from an individual that have been there. I have seen it all, my friend. I have seen people come in, don't give a damn, and they have become the rock star because they have been made the candidate. And you, the individual that have gone into all holes, take all smells, all the insults, you become nothing. You become nothing. The day, the night, the inauguration ball, you're not there. The inauguration ball, meaning the night the inauguration, the party is happening, you are not on the list. Upala, the only thing you could do for your country, vote on the basis of your country to make your country better. The representatives you think that is going to change your lives of your people to the better, you go out there and support them. Speak on the, don't get yourself worked up. Pa bay ko maltet, pa bay ko pressure, pa dormi kahayimun. I'm only trying to bring a level of normalcy or calm into this thing. I know it's going to be a mammoth task. That's why I'm trying to tell people to love St. Lucia first. And I wish I could have gotten somewhere, maybe a pinch of a percent, to have our people to change their mindsets about these two political parties and start to think of the level of pride of their country. You see what's going on in the House? How long do you think it has been going on? I've been following this thing for a long time. How long do you think it's been going on? It has been going on for generations, with people slamming each other at the House, while the people's business is secondary. I saw a clip last Sunday, was it Creole Festival, where Alan Chastney was having a conversation with the Estefan guy, and that blew up Facebook. Some people were loving it, some people were against it, some people lived blah, 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 blah. I saw one clip where somebody, I think, was saying in a video that Estefan cannot be trusted because look, he's there, Alan Chastney. Don't work yourself out to death because of those things. You are not counted. I've been saying this. You are not counted. The people that are the beneficiaries, and people don't like it when I say these things. I'm only trying to help you, to guide you based on experience. The family member that is in Zimbabwe, that has absolutely nothing, no participation with the elections, never dropped a penny, never said a word. Those are the people that will be at the inauguration ball. You hear what I'm saying to you? Those that were in Botswana, in Timbuktu, in Australia, the night of the inauguration ball, you're not there, you're not on the list. Those of you that are making your head hurt and high champagne, champagne against party, champagne this, champagne that. Moi pli party parce que tout ça qu'a dit là. Moi j'agou mais by party ça. Not literally. J'afan shy body. You're not on the list. The inauguration ball, you're not there when everybody's smiling and the champagne has been popped. You're not recognized. The family member from Botswana, from Casablanca, from Egypt, those are the ones that are going to be flown in, tickets paid, to attend the inauguration ball. I want to leave that with you. Go out there and do what you have to do for your country. Put it first. But always bear in mind, you're not the beneficiary. Your name is not on the list. Let's take a break and I'll be right back. We have 11:47. We're going up until a little bit after 12.
Getting brand new quality tires and rims for your vehicles have never been so easy. Tire Zone in the blue building next to the VG roundabout sells tires for motorcycles for as low as $180. What? But that's not all. Tire Zone also stock tires for all types of vehicles, including 13-inch for as low as $99, 14-inch starting from $150, 15-inch starting at $185, 16-inch for as low as $195, and 17-inch starting from only $200. Why buy used tires when you can get quality brand new tires for such low prices at Tire Zone? Visit us in the blue building next to the VG roundabout or call 452-1313, 486-4459 or 724-5996. Again, 452-1313, 486-4459 or 724-5996. Email us at tirezone.slu@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Licks Bamboo Charcoal line of antibacterial products. Licks antibacterial powdered detergent dissolves quickly and helps dislodge dirt effectively, keeping colored clothes bright with a fresh fragrance. Our liquid laundry detergent diffuses into the fibers of your fabric to deeply remove stains and dirt marks. Licks Bamboo Charcoal Fabric Softener with fragrance technology keeps your clothes soft and scented all day. Our products are not only hand wash friendly, but also protects your washing machine. Experience the fresh breeze and a soft feeling to your skin with the mildness of Licks hand washing liquid. It brings the enchanting underwater world into your bathroom. Protect your family with Licks Bamboo Charcoal line of antibacterial products. Contact us at 453-3446 or 285-7995. Email us at kadewholesales@gmail.com. Visit our website at kadedistributionsinc.com.
I'm feeling for something special, something good, something tasty, something smooth. When I think about all the flavors I can savor,
I gotta have
Farron's ice cream.
I wanna have, I need to have a flavor that makes me glad. But the way I feel, it must be Farron's ice cream. Chocolate coated ice cream bars, creamsicles I gotta have. Give me some fat-free yogurt I need.
Farron's ice cream.
Farron's ice cream.
It's so delicious. Farron's ice cream.
Farron's tastes so good.
Farron's ice cream. Whoa, I gotta have it. 'Cause only the best will do.
Farron's ice cream, bringing back delicious memories.
If your whites aren't looking whiter and brighter,
Just give them licks.
if your clothes isn't feeling soft and smelling fresh and scented all day,
Give them licks.
if your dishwashing liquid doesn't smell like lemon, protects your hands with vitamin E, and gets rid of that stubborn grease,
Just give them licks.
just now. So that old smell, stain, grease mark, and dust still on your floor,
Power. Licks for them.
if your toilet still has those stains and dirt marks, so the color's fading and the stains still in your clothes, huh?
Licks, licks, licks.
Your product's giving you licks.
Then choose licks from Kade Distribution Inc. Also available at all leading supermarkets.
I'm feeling for something special.
All right, we are back. A beautiful morning to you. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Jump in.
Hello.
Jump in.
Hello. All right, I can't hear this caller. Beautiful morning. All right, caller will call back. I couldn't hear. You know, I was watching some clips in regards to the devastation of the hurricane over there in Jamaica, and I'm telling you, but apparently, it seems to me that the evacuation was well put together, because not too many people lost their lives. So what that tells me, it tells me that the evacuation plan was great. Based on the flooding, you're talking about 16 feet of water. Some vehicles were submerged. I saw a lot of vehicles being submerged. So that tells me, boy, this thing was bad. And I was watching this. They reported that 5 hospitals, we'll take a call in a little bit, 5 hospitals lost their roofs. And there was a lot of flooding. So I believe the evacuation plan was great, because the devastation of what I just saw here on some of the clips and the ones before, and for you not to have too many people losing their lives with a Category 5 storm, that tells me there was a great evacuation plan put together. And that is what I've been saying about regarding St. Lucia. Now they have a beautiful place, a beautiful human resource center in Bexon. That's the one that was built. You see, That's why I keep speaking about that human resource center that was built in Bexar, that was presided over Guy Joseph. Because when we say Alan built that or Guy built that or this one, no, I prefer to say Philip Pierre presided over that project. I prefer to say Kenny Anthony presided over that project. Meaning they oversaw it. They were the ones that, the people that built it are the people of St. Lucia. You could call me ignorant, call me foolish, that's all right. If your money, your personal funds, your personal l'argent, pas build by, pas fait, c'est pas ça. Listen to what I just said. You presided over it. Yes. We give you gratitude for that. You brought about the idea. Yes. But c'est pas l'argent qui fait. L'argent c'est mon nom. So, building nan ou faire, eh ben chimè ou manger, l'argent c'est mon nom, et chimè yo ye, et chimè c'est mon nom. And until our people can start to think in that way, in that manner, to understand, yes, we're going to give the people appreciation for those things that have been constructed, but always bear in mind we are the ones paying back those loans. Beautiful afternoon. Is it afternoon or almost? Good morning to you. Hello.
Good morning. How are you? It's been a long time.
I am doing all right. Let's see if I could catch the voice. I'm trying to recognize the voice.
It's been a long time.
I just recognized. You see, I was looking for the international number or the overseas number, but it looked like you're home now.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
And I lost phone, changed phone, and phone in trouble, new phone.
Yes.
Anyway, I just happened to be on
YouTube.
Went on YouTube.
Yes.
And then I saw you live on YouTube.
And that's where we are. We have now moved over to YouTube. So not too many people know that yet.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. How you been, my friend? How you doing? How is everything?
It means you're getting great experience.
But we have to be careful. But how you doing, my friend? How is everything?
I'm doing better than a few weeks ago, and since I came back, I had not been too physically up there. My back and different real problems,
Oh, okay, I understand.
But I'm here. I think about you all the time.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, I was looking in my wife's Jeep and I saw your 2 books in the back seat.
Okay. Well, I would be happy to come to pick them up because I would love to read them.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I'm trying to get that vehicle back on the road because as soon as I get it back on the road,
yes,
I'll visit you. Don't worry about it.
Oh, great.
I'll
all
call
right.
you before I come.
We have to do a good program. What you seen about our beautiful country? I know the last time we spoke, you were not in favor of what is happening. What are you saying now?
Well, our beautiful country?
Yeah.
I pray we don't get a hurricane like the one that hit.
Oh my God, Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Yes.
Under the stewardship of the people we have here right now.
Boy, that would be disastrous. That would be disastrous if anything like that hit us.
And like we had 5 hospitals in Jamaica destroyed,
yeah,
or lose the roof, what have you.
Yeah.
I wonder where they're going to put the people.
And that takes us right back to the old St. Jude's Hospital, and a lot of people have been speaking about the roofing part of the brand new renovated St. Jude's. It is a galvanized roof, and that is what a lot of people have a concern with.
They have a right to.
Yeah.
Because you see, the previous administration had foresight to realize and pay attention to what the scientists been saying with regard to the climate change.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they thought beyond that, realizing that our passage between Cassis and Beaufort, when it comes to the battling, that can be a no-no with a massive hurricane.
Oh, without a doubt.
So, they build a hospital with a concrete roof, with a helicopter pad, so you could move people from the north to the south in case of a hurricane, and the other hospitals get damaged. Okay?
You know what
I pray.
Yeah, sorry. You know what I've always said, and if I have to have a conversation with the Prime Minister Philip Pierre, the Prime Minister today, I would say, sir, You see that section with the helicopter pad, that it takes you down from that helicopter pad with an elevator down to the theater, the operating room?
Yes.
Don't touch that.
Yes.
Make sure that thing is functional. Make sure. Make sure that this is added to, they're doing their own form of St. Jude's. Make sure that part of the new St. Jude's, the one that they call in the box, I hate to say that myself, make sure that helicopter pad is functional with that theater. That elevator will take you directly to the theater. Don't play with that at all. This is very, very, very serious stuff. This is important.
Well, you see, it for these people, it's not about the country. It's not about the people. It's all about the politics. Okay? It's all about, I ain't going to finish it because the other guy is going to look good, blah, 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 so
My
on
goodness.
and so forth.
It's crazy.
And I could tell you, I just heard one of my cousins who had criticized the box to the highest, what have you. He's in Martinique in somebody else's box right now getting healthcare.
Can you believe it? This is a high level of hypocrisy. That's stupid.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes I have been to the point where I say, why should I be speaking to my people, trying to educate them, trying to help them look at things at a different angle, and stop listening to what you hear, but use your eye, right, to see what is actually happening, because people talk, but what is it they're doing?
But you know your message.
Look at the things that are necessary for the country, and you don't have to care about who's doing it, as long as it is in the favor
Amen.
of the people. Whether it's neighbor doing it, whether it's WP doing it, we are doing it, as long as it is in favor and serve the country well, we should celebrate it.
I am so happy that you're bringing this about, and I was just about to say to you, a lot of people continue to say, well, I don't know why I'm trying to convince our people to love their country. No, the same people that are bringing about negativity to the minds of our young people especially, we have positive people that needs to also bring their messages out. So it's a battle between negativity and positivity. So you are bringing out positivity. Never stop, my friend. I am doing my part in the best way that I can to make sure our people understand that they need to love their country. I will never stop, despite how people may think. I will never stop.
Yeah, because you see, what people fail to understand, too many of us fail to realize that the country, when the phrase is being used, the motherland, it's a significant statement,
Right.
The motherland.
Yes, Mama.
Okay? That's the land that nourished your mother to bring you to life.
Amen. It gave you birth.
Okay? It gave you birth. You have to turn around now that you have birth and serve that country well.
Amen.
Right? Help develop it. Help appreciate the people who goes out to do, create different types of development, whether it's infrastructure, whether it's in education, whatever, as long as the country benefits.
Amen.
That's what you have to think about.
Amen.
Right? I'm talking to this young man not too long ago, and I have two to give you, and your listeners will hear. And if they think that's a good answer, well, it's okay. But I know most people will realize that this person is talking nonsense. Because I asked him to show me anything that this administration and the party as a whole, from one leader to the next, what have they done significantly that you can point your finger at and say, it's because of this government, right, of the St. Lucia Labour Party, why this place is there. I said, let's use Rodney Bay as an example, right? Show me anything that this party has done, right, that has created such a great activity
economic activity to the country. Right now, the North is actually what supports the
entire
economy
country.
of this country.
Indeed, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
The North.
Yes.
The North.
Mhm.
Can you imagine if we had the South, right?
Yes.
In that same
That's in
development
vain.
stage,
Yes.
what the economy of this country would be like?
With that, my brother, I will ring the bell to that. Yes. Amen to that.
These are the things that people should look at. So anyway, the young man's response was, well, John come, and they always go back to say, John, the man's resting, but they can't stop calling his name.
Even myself.
John Compton did a lot of things, it's true, but he didn't do anything for education. Oh, no, that didn't do anything for education.
You hear that all the time.
Because Sir Arthur Lewis should have been accredited university by right, even though he was the one who was. Since 1990, John Compton has been nowhere, right? And you're telling me between 1997,
nobody else
the
could
only
have stood
thing
up.
you tell me that was needed,
Yeah.
right, to make everything whole was to turn or to turn Sir Arthur Lewis or make Sir Arthur Lewis an accredited university. That's all you had to do. As far as you telling me, that person's telling me.
Yeah.
So John had done almost everything already.
Almost everything else, yeah.
But he didn't do this.
Mhm.
So what happened the last 25 years? The other people who
Amen.
we replaced him with,
Amen.
right? That's all they were supposed to do. Have they done it?
Great question.
Have they done it? Right? The other one told me, oh, he didn't do enough for sports. Okay, he did everything else. He electrified the country. He run water all over the country, telephone everywhere you pass. You could go up inside of Soufrière, Front Saint-Jacques, and you will see fiber optic under the ground there in Front Saint-Jacques. Okay, John Compton did all of that, right? Build roads and created sports. What have you done, and the people you support have done the last 20-something years for sports?
Now,
and you have the nerve to look at me and insult my intelligence, trying to tell me the reason why you're supporting these people is because John Compton didn't do enough for sports or education? You're fooling yourself. You know.
So they acknowledge that a whole lot more things was done, but they're going to try to find the two they believe, which I don't accept.
Yes, they have to have an excuse.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
they have to have an excuse. You know, it's you know, I live on two sides of the world, right? Our world, and I listen. A Republican will come out and do something that is, or say something that is really out of character, right? And the media will approach another Republican and says, what do you think about what? And they'll say, I didn't hear.
Yeah. Just for them not to give you a positive answer.
They didn't hear.
Yeah.
They didn't hear.
Yeah.
You know, but if it's a Democrat who does it, all Republicans.
Oh, they
do it.
have an answer. They have an answer. That's the way it is.
And it's the same thing happening here.
You know,
Same thing happening.
a lot of people are really taking a grievances in regards to the way Alan Chastanet has been treated in the House. I am not pleased with the way what is happening in the House. I've made statements about it. But what do you think about, do you believe that until the climate or the laws or the standing orders or whatever the functioning of the House is changed, you think this is ever going to stop?
Oh, no, it's not going to stop.
Never.
You know, let me tell you something, my friend. For this country to become what you and many of us expect it to become, I'm on my way out. You still have a few years ahead of you.
Right. Thank God.
To become, laws have to be changed and not changed. It has to be adhered to, right? I remember calling my dear friend Timothy Polio.
Yeah.
And who every in this country and what have you.
Yeah.
And I said, Timothy, for the country to change, we have to become a Singapore. Have leaders who will stand up with backbone and create laws and make sure people adhere to them.
Absolutely.
Right?
The adherence
so
of it.
he tells me, he tells me that Singapore is a one-party state. I said no.
No, Singapore has elections.
The people of Singapore are very intelligent.
That's right.
Right? The same thing you would wish for here, they don't wish for it anymore. They make it happen.
Yeah.
By voting for leaders who cares for the country and its people.
Yes. So what Singapore became from what it was. And they continue to support that political party because of what the leader was. And this is why a lot of people believe it's a one-party state. No, but that's not what it is. Like you said, the people are intelligent enough to know that that party that have been in office, they are the ones that are making Singapore the way it is. So they continue to vote for them.
Exactly. They are the progressive group.
They are the progressive group, absolutely.
And like I told Timothy, I said, well, if you can say that for Singapore, what about the 30 years that Sir John kept this country afloat? You could call it a one-party state also.
That is a good point.
But it wasn't a one-party state. The people then, I believe, when we had less schools, were smarter than the people now who talk to you about Sir John didn't make Sir Arthur Lewis an accredited university. Right? And that is why Sir John was able to accomplish the things he accomplished. And the people he associated with, the people he called when he had an idea, like myself, and other people whose name I wouldn't call that. These people have to talk for themselves. Right. But I know who they are. Right? And so he was able to accomplish what he accomplished. Right? So that is what is happening in Singapore. The people of Singapore have decided we want the best for ourselves. It's not about political party. It's about leadership.
Absolutely.
Leadership.
Absolutely.
You understand? And unless we, the people of St. Lucia, wake up and realize it's all about leadership. This is not two soccer teams in our village playing against each other.
I can tell you, this is what I say all the time. You will be able to give our youngsters, tell them a thing or two in regards. It is getting worse.
The House of Parliament, it's not the House of Parliament anymore. It's a market step.
Thank you.
Thank you. What you call mépris.
Now we must also bear in mind that it was that way to a lesser extent. Back in 79 and those times in the judge, there was some things that was said in the House, but it's nothing in comparison to what it is today. Nothing.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
What happened to our is happening to our people is this. Sometimes when we speak, we think that this present prime minister, some of us call him an idiot. We say he don't understand anything. No, the man is not stupid. The man is cunning, right? When he said that
there's nothing stupid about Philip Pierre. Trust me, in terms of politics.
Where he has never seen a two-story airport anywhere. It means he wasn't talking to you and I, because he knows maybe 70-80% of the people in this country has not traveled.
Yeah, not absolutely. That is true.
Right? So when he makes statement like this, the majority will believe him because they know he traveled, and they heard on the news that he went to places like Dubai and all New York City and all of that. I mean, the man can't be lying because he has flown himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get the point.
He's not talking to you and I. He's talking to the 85%.
That is why
never put the feet on
another soil,
aboard an airplane to anywhere.
Yeah. That is why I said this morning when statements have been maybe alluded to Alan Chastanet, so to speak, that it is not directly to Alan Chastanet. It's a message being sent out to the general public. It is not literally to him. It is said maybe in the House, and those of us that are watching will think it's for him. But most of the time, it's the message sent out, my friend. Most of the time.
Yeah, because you see, even when the guy said, okay, I can understand when he said that he never realized what the significance that tourism meant to St. Lucia. I can understand he can feel that. But when he when he says, oh, Alan is the only person who thinks that tourism will rebound prior to post-COVID, that I find this man is lack of foresight. He really don't understand how the world works. He just don't understand, right? Now he's the one who boasts and they beat their chest about how good tourism is. Tourism is not doing half as good as it's supposed to. I will bet you the United Workers' Party gets back into office and you who have been working at the airport, you will see a vast difference.
Yeah, it requires a lot of marketing. Serious marketing.
What in closing, what I would like to say to my people, stop listening to what people say. Open your eyes and see what's happening on the ground.
Yes, sir.
You know, for the first time yesterday, I heard Timothy actually made a plea to the people when, after Richard, I think, made that statement in the House about black people and Creole Day and slavery, the white master and all of that. And he reminded the people, he says, what we have now is like a black master. He didn't put it this way. He said, because, all he said was black people. He said, because who are causing us to pay all this money at the gas pump? Right? Who are causing, he put a litany of things that he called, right? And he's telling our people, it's not a white man who is the prime minister. Why are we paying such high prices for everything? You know, and that's what people have to look at. I have another one for you. Somebody, a bus driver just told me about a week ago.
Yeah.
Oh, the gas price is not like it's not the prime minister, is because we have to import the gas.
My goodness.
So what he's telling me is that Alan Shasney didn't have to import the gas, he had a refinery here. That's what he's telling me.
That is exactly what he's telling you.
Yes.
That is what that is what he's telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, my goodness, it's something. You know, the little education.
When the gas was $13.95, it's because it was being refined.
It was refined here, yes.
Yes. So the refinery closed now. Unfortunately, this new prime minister has to import it. So this is why we're paying $16 for it.
You know, the little education yourself. Of course it is. It's foolishness. And sometimes I may not even call this ignorant, because the guy knows better that Alan Shasney had to import the gas as well. So this is not ignorance, because he knows it is foolishness.
But they have to peddle that ignorance.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they're just trying to make you believe that they're so ignorant. You know, how
you see
ignorant? You're a bus driver. You get subsidies. You don't know. You're telling me now the other guy didn't have to import.
Yeah, they didn't have to, but one have to.
Has to. Why you have to pay $16?
Before I let you go, what you think? I know you think it's going to be called.
To tell you the truth, I'm laughing because I don't think I've ever seen where the incumbent and the government campaigning before they call elections. It seems it may be calling before the end of the year, because the campaign just as hard as the opposition.
Yeah, it is it's intense. My friend, it was a pleasure talking to you. You think before you leave, you'll have some time to come up those stairs and we have a program, no?
Yeah. I'll be here for a little bit.
All right, my friend. Okay, then. Great. Nice talking to you. God bless you. All right, beautiful. All right, I didn't know my brother was on island. This is a gentleman that has been here involved with the politics for a long time. He's been a businessman. He has worked hard. He's a very, very true son of the soil. Beautiful afternoon to you. Hello. This is our final call. Hello.
Champagne, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Champagne, it was a pleasure sitting and listening to words of wisdom.
Indeed.
Yeah, this you know, that's why I always like speaking to the elderly.
Yes, sir. Yeah. People with experience.
Champagne, he mentioned two things. He mentioned the young gentleman.
Yes.
And the other one mentioned sports.
Sports, yes.
Let me take you back very quickly, Champagne. You hear the Prime Minister talking about having a university grad in every household.
Yes, you have said that.
Champagne, that is not coming from them. When we turned into the new millennium 25 years ago, some of the leaders got together and they were saying that this is an objective that they have, and they are hoping that it would be achieved by this year, 2025.
Ah, okay.
And it's interesting. And it's interesting. It's only about now we hear the Prime Minister talking about a garden in every household.
Let me ask you,
but
though.
Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. In 2011, when the Labour Party got into office, are you hearing me?
I'm there with you, my friend, paying attention.
When they got into office in 2011, they found that work had been done or was ongoing, and more than 3/4 of the work had been done.
Okay.
They stopped it. They said that they are not interested in SAAFA becoming a university at this time.
Wow.
Right? Now, the other point that he mentioned when he was speaking to the young men, he said that Sir John did not do enough for sports.
Yeah.
Champagne, there are some things governments, in terms of their development of a country, there are some things that governments will do directly, and there are some things that governments will facilitate. Right?
Yep, absolutely.
You may have recalled Champagne in 1968. You probably were too young.
Yeah, I was 5 years old, 4 years old.
The English cricket team, at that time when they toured, they called them MCC. The English cricket team toured the Caribbean, and they played a match right there at Victoria Park. That's what it was then.
Yes, that's what it was called, yeah.
And one of our sons, called Marshall Francis, played against them. He was representing, I think, Combined Islands, or one of those teams. The MCC captain was a guy called Colin Cowdrey. And Marshall Francis bowled this man. And I am told that Cowdrey said he didn't see the ball.
He didn't see.
Although Francis was a spinner, but he had a bit of pace. He bowled almost like Underwood.
You know, I remember Marshall Francis. I remember as a kid, I saw this guy play, at the Victoria Park. I remember.
He would have been one of our first greats. But you know what, Champagne? When Cowdrey returned to England, he wrote to the Cricket Association in St. Lucia with a view to getting him to England to play for Cowdrey's county. That was Yorkshire.
Wow.
They never responded. Who never responded?
Who never responded?
In addition to that, I beg your pardon?
Who never responded? The local cricket authority or the people in Yorkshire?
The local cricket authorities never responded. And you'll probably have a good idea who was heading it at that time. In addition to that, Champagne, St. Lucia played against Dominica. And some of the guys went around misbehaving. They came in late in the morning and they had a match to play the following day, and so on and so forth. Champagne, Marshall Francis was the shyest guy that you would ever find in a community. When the guys returned, the Cricket Association decided that they were going to have an inquiry into what happened in Dominica. Marshall Francis was asked to come in to give evidence. But the boy was so shy, he was so frightened, he didn't go. And that was the first time we ever heard of the Cricket Association having inquiry. He was advised by some of his friends to write to the Cricket Association apologizing and telling them that he was just frightened. It was not out of disrespect. They threw that letter out of the window. They did not regard it. At that time, Marshall Francis was about 18 or 19. And you know what they did, Champagne? They banned him from cricket for 5 years. 5 years.
Banned, you say?
So when people come talk, Champagne Batan, you ban Marshall Francis pour 5 l'année.
My goodness.
Là, il était 18, mais 19 l'année.
He signed him into another sport. Anyway, thank you, my friend.
So, Champagne, I just wanted to respond to those 2 examples that the gentleman gave when he was speaking to the young man.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. All right. Now we have just 2 minutes left. In regards to that, nobody is perfect. You have a gentleman came into a country that had no roads, it had no farm roads, it had no infrastructure, it had no hotels, no water, no nothing. So if he left out, let's assume he left out sports. And it is said that he didn't do too much for education, when I know there were all those schools that were built under his tenure. But let's assume he was not the best in those 2 fields. So what happened to that? What happened to the other guys that came in 25, 30 years down the road? What did they do? Boy, I'll tell you, I'm so happy, I'm so proud that Sir John is going to have, they're bringing about this museum in his name, his honor, and all of the artifacts, all of the history is going to be placed in there. And I could tell you, God permitting, by God's will, I will be one of those first people in there on the opening day. Trust me on that. And if I have to give a support, I will give support in any way possible. We have a late call coming. I didn't want to take it. But, caller, I will only permit you 2 minutes because my time is up. Can you speak for just 2 minutes?
Yeah, Champagne, just give me 1 minute, please.
Okay, great.
No, just 1 minute is okay.
Go ahead, my brother. Yes.
I'm going to confirm what the last caller said.
Yeah.
Marshall Francis was banned by Julian Hunt. Julian Hunt was the president of the Cricket Association.
Okay, I understand. That's why he didn't want to say the name.
Yeah, and because I played along Marshall Francis myself.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Marshall Francis would have made that West Indies team a long time before a lot of the guys.
Oh, boy. One of these days, I wish I had more time, but I hope tomorrow or sometime you could call me and we'll talk a little bit about that, because you played with Marshall Francis, you said?
Of course, I played with Marshall Francis because I played for Miku too, because he played for Miku.
Wow. That's great.
And that guy was unplayable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, great information. I hope you could call me maybe tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday so we could discuss that a little more, because that's interesting.
I'll call you.
Okay, my brother. All right, great. God bless you.
All right,
Thank you.
Let me tell you, before you go.
Yeah.
Look out for MNK. He's coming down today.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll look out for him then. I'm heading that way. Okay, my friend. God bless you. All right, beautiful.
Okay, take care. God bless.
It's very, this is why I love my own program, because we get a little more history, and as we delve deeper, and some people come up with things that had happened, my historian, my brother that called before, and now we have another gentleman, he played it right alongside Marshall Francis, and he gave us a name of who the president of the National Cricket Authority was at the time. So I can't take any more calls because I really have to run. I cannot take. Caller, I will only permit you 2 minutes. Is that okay? Just 2 minutes. Hello? Hello?
Campaign.
I could only permit you 2 minutes, caller.
Less than that.
Go ahead.
Marshall Francis actually was in Shamrock. I played together with Marshall Shamrock, he was in Shamrock. We played together.
Okay.
Marshall Francis was in Shamrock. We played together.
Oh, wow. Great. That's great stuff. Where is Marshall Francis today? Is he deceased or is he still around?
That's Cruz from Marshall.
I know Cruz. Oh, okay. Good talking to you, brother. I know you very well. What about Marshall Francis? Is he still around or is he deceased?
Yeah, we played together.
Okay. All right, my brother. Thank you very much. Okay. God bless you, Cruz. God bless you. Have a good day. Boy, you know, we just opened up a kind of, not worms, but we just opened up some history, and we're going to go back into this because I know Marshall Francis. As a kid, I remember, Victoria Park was my ground. We were there, we just slid under the galvanized. This place was surrounded with galvanized. And once we get an opening, we're in there, no matter if you have to pay or not. We were in there at Victoria Park. That's way back there in the 60s, 70s. So I know Marshall Francis, and he was such a great player. We'll discuss Marshall Francis another time. Tomorrow I'll be here, and then on Monday we have the prayer for the nation. So maybe next week, Tuesday, we'll bring that up and see how is our brother, is he still alive or whether or not he's still around or deceased. So we'll discuss that. Anyway, let me say thank you very much. And for those of you who are viewing on the YouTube, we have just moved over to cutting off every now and then. I think it has to do with the internet. So my apologies on that. But thank you very much for the switch. And for those of you who continue to listen to us, our brother E.T. is coming up next. You have a great afternoon. God bless you. We love you. Bye for now.
It's Christmas time all over the world, and Christmas here at home. The church bells chime wherever we roam.
So triumph, Noel, Feliz Natal, Maluki Besties.
To you